today. So, we are Mari. Hi, hello, Spider. How are you tonight? Okay, so we are going to thank you so much for that. Thank you. I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm glad you're doing fine. So, oh no, are you sick with Spider? I hope you feel better soon. I guess I said for looks and penny to my dude, right? I'm good. Thank you for asking. I've been playing a little too much Valorant lately, and I need to take a break. I'm getting to that point where I'm just the looter. I think that point might probably really burn down not playing as well as I could be. Hey, I'm good, thank you, sir. I'm good. I did 11-hour stream on Saturday. I'm ready for a little streaming break, but I want to finish the letter before I potentially take a little bit of a break and then get some projects done on the off streams. But we are going to try to maybe finish this today. I think we have a little bit. A little bit, so maybe like 5 hours or so, maybe. So we'll see if it's possible to get it done today. But I'm sick with it. Show fever since this my body temperature is low. Oh, I hope it's nothing super serious. Keep me updated though. I gotta make sure you're doing okay. So, we are going to continue our letter adventure. So, we left off playing on Dirty Rebecca's storyline that I really did not care about, but here we are. Hopefully this is short, because I really have no interest. Seriously, I forget that you're jogging, Sumio. How you doing, boo? So with the nice side, I put everything at the back of my mind and checked back to my room. So last we left off, we found out Rebecca kind of has like parent problems. Her parents aren't really around. She misses them a lot, you know, and she seems to get jealous very easily. I guess because her parents tutored and she never really felt like, you know. She was their daughter. She kind of felt like they had so many daughters, I guess. So it seems like she that's where her jealousy comes from. So we call them right now. They're at some important meeting symposium thing, up in like Sweden or some shit like that. So they're not home right now, but they got an invitation to the Wright's housewarming party, and she offered to go in their stead to say hi to Hannah and stuff because her parents were Hannah's private tutors. So we said we'll go, and it's leading up to the whole, I guess, catching up to the more present time where with Hannah's part of the story. The rest of my day awaits. Wait, sorry. 50 minutes later, I'm heading back out just for the day, my car keys in hand. Ordinarily, I don't stop for anything. There's never a need to. That's the beauty of this apartment complex. It's quiet and everyone keeps to themselves. No useless platitudes in the morning. No need to wear a smile on your face unless other people are nosy enough to ask. Today, however, the morning broadcast still plays from Isabella's room. My brisk pace slows to a stop, and a frown gradually forms in my face.
She hasn't left.
So of course, this isn't unusual. There are times when I left earlier than she did, like last Friday, before their open house. But those days are few and far between. It only happens in the direst circumstances, so the last part of that might be a bit of an exaggeration. However, with what's happened in the last few days, maybe today is one. The death of a friend isn't something anyone can brush off, and for someone like Isabella's the kind who gets attached to people easily. With Zachary, Ashton, that has been the case. I can't imagine what she might be going through right now, especially when the woman was someone she owed a lot, despite their training being brief. Didn't hear the space last night in deference? But perhaps today might be the proper time to check on her?
Oh, whatever. I've still got time anyway.
With light steps, I move closer to her door, hand already poised to knock. Still, I don't do so until I hear her answer me.
Isabella? Belle? Are you in there?
No answer. After a second, I finally knock, lightly so I don't disturb her, in case she's sleeping and has merely let the telly running last night. Never mind how she never lets that happen, ever. Waste electricity and all.
I just want to check on you before I leave. Is that okay? Are you going to work today? Belle?
Still nothing.
I'm about to leave. If you want, I can drop you off.
Another round of knocking. Then, I'm fishing out a copy of her key from my bag and unlocking the door. She lent it years ago, after I complained about the mess and offered my help in cleaning up. I thought the gesture was completely unnecessary back then. After all, I could always knock. But she never did bother taking them from me. I used to turning away from the conversation whenever I insist. At one point, I simply stopped trying to hand it back to her.
Isabella? I'm coming in, all right?
Without waiting for her answer, I pushed the door open and stepped inside. The unit's still a mess. There's some noodle cups on the table, a pile of clothes on one side, papers strewn about everywhere, and an unkempt bed, among other things. This much is a given, will always be a given. I've been here several times already. I still wonder how she can function like a human being with the place in the state. However, that's neither here nor there. I'm not sure what I'm expecting, but certainly not finding an empty flat. Granted, she could have left earlier, far earlier than usual. But she never ever leaves without making sure she's unplugged everything. That's something she doesn't forget to do. It doesn't help that her bathroom appears unused this morning. Another habit, and it can only mean she hasn't been here since. Last night? Perhaps it was since the morning after Miss Cooper's death? Either idea doesn't sit well with me, what with the news we've been hearing lately.
The authorities are still trying to find the cause of death for all the victims.
Cup noodles, right? I've had cup noodles since, I think, undergrad. Since, cup noodles are the undergrad special.
Early investigation revealed most of them were employed under Briar Realty Corporation at the time of death.
I really like the ones with the little corn bits in it, just because, corn's so delicious.
Meanwhile, BRC has refused to comment on this.
See the cause of it? Honestly, though, that and cereal, and peanut butter and crackers are also a staple. Gathering my wits, I immediately placed a call to her mobile. It rings for a good minute. The sound a comfort in itself, but when another minute rolls by without her answering, well, I'm not a woman prone to panicking. Some bouts of temper, maybe, but never panic, despite how I may sound when speaking. And when it ultimately goes straight to her voicemail, a sigh is the only thing I let out. The pause doesn't last long, though. In the next moment, my fingers are already moving across the screen in search of the two people who might be able to help. It's Ashton's number I find first and dial. Call it a habit, but even Isabella thinks she's dependable when the situation calls for it, despite how much they give each other grief. That already says a lot about him. Here's Zachary, but around this hour he's probably still sleeping. If he has freelance work, it's very likely he's just got himself in bed. He's the last person I want to bother, if anything. Wait, why did she want to bother Zach? Soon a click, the Nash's voice echoes through the receiver, rough and so heavy with sleep. Come in this corner, right? You never did grow fond of mornings.
Becca? Christ, what time is it? What's up?
Not you, apparently.
Good one. Did you call us early just to make that joke? I'm going back to sleep.
No, Ash, hold on. This is important.
Becca, stakeout last night. Make this quick. I've still got a few hours before the chief bothers me.
Sorry, I'll let you go back to sleep after. It's just that... Wait, you were on a stakeout last night?
Did I say that? Shit.
Oh, yeah, right?
Forget I said that. Forget I said anything. Forget we had this conversation.
So, you have no idea?
About what? About what? I also have no idea why we're talking so early in the morning.
Did I just repeat?
No, will you stop sleep talking or whatever for a second? Belle didn't come home last night. She's gone.
Who?
Isabella!
Instead of an answer, a brief pause comes after, followed by something blunt and heavy hitting a hard surface as she got rather colorful curses from him. The moment might have been one of the many things I'll keep to myself and remember fondly in the next few days, if things aren't the way they are. Hey, did he set the project right? When he picks up again, there's no trace of sleep left in his voice.
Say that again, from the top.
Isabella's gone, Ash. She didn't come home last night. Her flat's empty. She left her telly running. You know she doesn't do that at...
Okay, Becca, stop. Calm down first. You're starting to panic.
I'm not!
You are. Breathe. One person's not going to simply disappear like that. This is Isabella we're talking about. Did you try calling her?
What did you think is the first thing I did? She's not picking up. It went to her voicemail.
How about Zach? Did you check with him?
Hey, Hazel, the letter is good. How you doing, Weasel? Went to the bathroom.
Not yet. I didn't want to bother him. You know he has trouble sleeping and all that.
All right.
That's
I'll
right.
go ask Zach. I'll call you back.
No, wait!
Here's a call before I can utter a single word of protest. But for the first time since entering this room, tension is gone from my shoulders and my breathing has eased. The bed creaks as I sink down on it with a sigh, and the telly still blares the same uninteresting news. I'm surrounded by clutter. All the same, it feels strangely calm to be here without worry nagging at me. I have to apologize to Zachary later for saying Ashton is away this early, but for now, relying on the latter for this isn't the wrong choice. It never will be. That's something I won't ever doubt in him, much like his promises. And true to his words, he comes back only a few minutes after the last one has ended.
She's with Zach.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. She could have at least sent a message last night.
What are you, her mother?
It's one thing to hear that from Isabella, but from Ashton?
I don't want to hear anything like that from you.
Ah, Chloe must have. Oh no! Well, everyone's getting sick lately. I'm so sorry you got a cold, but I hope you recover soon. I got you good besides that, though. I don't think I've ever lost my voice. Oh my lord, that's actually. I did have a really hoarse voice once. I don't know if that counts. Does that count? I don't know if it's like you talk but no noise comes out, or you talk and it's just like fucking so painful you basically can't talk.
I'm serious. You've got to stop treating her like she's one of your students, Becca. You don't have to keep tabs on her every time. Last I checked, she's only 3 years younger than the two of us. That's almost a decade gap from those kids you're teaching, you know.
Says the person who keeps calling her Scaredy Cat.
That's not related at all. Anyway, I'll go check how she's doing. Don't stress yourself out. You go ahead to work.
Wait, you? Don't you have a precinct to be at? Whatever happened to not treating her like one of my students? Because if anyone's going to ask me, I think you're doing the same thing.
Oh shit!
Zach said it's an emergency. Something happened last night.
Emergency?
He didn't put in those exact same words, but it sounded like it.
Ash, what really happened? Is Isabella fine?
She's alright. She's safe. Zach let her stay the night after she... Look, okay. Z-Man wasn't clear about it, but let me handle this. I'll check on her. I'll bring her home.
Sounds like a lie if I've ever heard one. The story where he omits things so people won't fret. And I'm not sure whether I should be happy he cares that much to do that. There should be a need for this between us, is there? We grew up together, didn't we? He knows I'm capable of at least hearing out the truth without gnawing at me for the rest of the day. He knows me better than that. I know him better than that. Frankly, there's plenty of other things to say about this. But despite and after all the trouble he went through with how things are moving at the moment, only one thought occurs to me. Oh shit. I'm okay with ruining friendships. I can handle it. Let's see. Okay, perfect. That went down. Oh, Bloodhound, you silly impoverished boy. Why does he have to go such lengths for a person he only met 5 years? 5 years is a pretty long fucking time. Just Rebecca's friendship? Yeah, I don't care about Rebecca. Similarly to Luke, I don't care. I wish I could ask him that. I wish I could simply say it to his face and finally get a straight answer from him. Instead of doing whatever this is we're doing. Hi Emily, how you doing tonight? Honestly though, that first answer kinda seems more like Rebecca anyways. Like, I'm good, so glad you're good. I'm good too, thank you for asking. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. You did a good job keeping them up, is that right? Hey, they did not do it, oh my god. I mean, you know, the sooner you get that done, the sooner we can grind more Valorant. It really does, right? Hey, check my points. I think exclamation point points. Just of beating around the bush. Has a year changed us this much? Has adulthood changed us this much? Oh, here we go, back into the
You've
adulthood
done enough,
shit.
Ash. Let me take it from here.
But I thought you gambled all of it. How do you still have shit, or did you not gamble? I was just quiet for a little while, but I can almost see the frown in him. Hear the gears turning in his
Don't
head.
you have a class to teach today? Tuesdays are your busiest this school year, aren't they?
Yeah, but someone has to check on her. And I don't want to impose on you any further. I've already disturbed your sleep.
You're not imposing. Besides, I'm doing you a favor. I know you, Becca. You hate being late or missing a day of work for a very small thing. Leave this to me.
You said you're waiting for a call from the chief.
I'm dropping by the precinct anyway. There's some trouble I have to fix with those guys. It won't be completely out of the way.
Ashton,
Trail off, at loss for words in the end. From the start, it's a losing battle. Hey, Brie, can you pay? And fries and apple juice? Oh, nice! That sounds like a nice meal. I especially like the fries and the apple juice. I don't think I've ever had a Burger King burger before. I haven't had Burger King anything in a while, just cause like I much prefer McDonald's over Burger King's. But yeah, I do like apple juice, and who manages to mess up fries? I believe Burger King, but man, Christmas postponed next year. When things are nice, easy peasy. Oh, then I guess procrastinate away. We've been together for a long time, known each other far better than other people, but that doesn't mean we have to see things eye to eye. I mean, again, it's a matter of agreeing to disagree. This is often how the status quo is kept. Whenever it comes to this, I can only accept it begrudgingly.
Okay, whatever you want to do.
I'll let you know what happened afterwards, I promise. I'll call you later. You have a good day. Bye.
I admit, the way he puts it isn't comforting enough. He can be blunt like that, so many unknown variables, so many words left unsaid. Stop, hi Inu, how you doing tonight? I break you once in my life before grade. I had to go home early and I said, oh no, did you leave? Did something bad happen? Did you poo poo? Hey, Regan, days I saw something break on YouTube. Oh, nice. I don't think I've ever craved Burger King. I crave fast food, but Burger King is just not the one that comes to mind. And the shiznle! Too happy you were away. Okay, so studying gross. How's the studying going? Is it going good? You'd be bummed like that. So many unknown variables, so many words left unsaid. I wish they simply laid them out all in the open. Because like this, I'm more inclined to think there's an exaggeration on others' parts. And my side pounds have been. Oh no! Oh no! What if it was Burger King that caused your side problems? Oh no! I don't understand. I don't understand the fuck. Oh no! This is too much. You mentioned political or human rights or whatever I don't get. Oh, whoop, I did the fucking button again. Gosh dang it. So Zach and Ash, if it's from Zach and Ash, then I don't know. Just so funny, right? You guys are wonderful. In the end, all I can do is wait, go about my day, and hope for the best. Okay, words. I fucking bet. What kind of words? What kind of words you running into? Yeah, 1 sec. I gotta check my messages real quick. Give me 1 second. Sorry. Okay, got big lots to do, right? Alright, let's see what to do. Lily, Isabella soon. One last glance, disturbingly quiet now without her in it. I'll get answers from her later. For now, my concerns are best left here. The rest of the day slips away in a blur. Despite my best efforts in keeping this morning's events resurfacing in my mind, it sticks. In a way, everything today simply feels like a reminder. Every conversation, regardless of how casual, every topic, no matter how mundane it seems, I blame the news entirely for this. Recent happenings brought quite a few interesting stories to everyone's attention, mostly superstitious talk of death. Oof. And when locals talk about death here, anyone can sure as hell count someone being at the mansion Isabella's little nephew. Not a few weeks ago. Give me 1 second. Sorry. What the fuck is communism? Oh god, I'm actually really bad at politics myself. Communism is well, fucking America hates it. I don't think it's necessarily super bad or the fuck. But, you know, it goes against their capitalistic ways, so of course they're gonna paint it as this fucking horrible ass shit. I don't know how to it's bad, man. It is considered bad in America. It's kind of like, I don't know what's the best way to describe it. It's hard. But democracy is kind of like, you know, everyone fucking votes for shit type thing, you know, everyone's got a say and all that good shit, like how the Americans do. Even though I feel like democracy doesn't really work in America because of how they set shit up, but that's just me. I think communism times, how'd you like it? That's what you're saying. Let's read what communism says. And locals talk about death here. Anyone can be sure as hell. Can sure as hell count on someone bringing up that mansion Isabella sold now a few weeks ago. Even my own students don't stop yapping about it. I think it's even worse than when it was back up in the market. Now there are more stories. There's a society in which all property is publicly owned and each person works and is paid according to their abilities and needs. See, and you would think like that doesn't sound fucking bad, right? How you doing, babe? If you guys want to check the babe, make sure you check him out, get lots of likes. So wonderful, easy peasy, beautiful girl. How's Ratchet and Clank today? I wasn't Ratchet and Crank. How's Ratchet and Clank today? Sorry. I did it again. I said agnosticism with the close basically to meet everyone's needs. Well, it's more than agnosticism, that's the answer. Say it makes that fucking right. Hey, point in the US is that Occidental countries were against communism. Latin America wasn't an exception. Chill. They fucking hate that shit because they love capitalism. Capitalism's the fucking worst. Thank you, hey, I'm good. Thank you for asking. Okay, that's how oh, okay. Oh, well, that's me not totally falling into the void. I did. See, what, you're having trouble like flying or something like that? And guys, good. I hear Ratchet and Clank is like one of the classics. This is the world reminding me of what matters is simply because the atmosphere around this time of the year calls for it. I'd rather take the latter. At least then, I can be sure people will forget about it in favor of another set of holidays after. Nevertheless, this may be a painful thing to admit, but listening to them is a pleasant distraction while waiting for Ashton's call. I hope you didn't forget, the school day is about to end soon.
No, that's got nothing with what I heard.
That fucking scared the shit out of me. It kind of isn't that the system is intrinsically evil, but it's easily explainable. Essentially, if any government was run by angels, it'd work great. Fortunately, people can be awful. Oh god, yeah. And I feel like more likely than not, you're going to have awful people in you know, the rules of government. And look at us. Not democracy, that's a word I've heard too many times. I still don't know what the fuck means. It's basically just think of people get a say when they really don't. But, you know, everyone gets to vote on shit, kinda, essentially, basically. I played it back in the day, but it's still such a nostalgia rush. Oh, nice! You have to be words to us and be safe, you. Let me know how those words go. It kinda, yeah, okay. I was just wasting our time. So, I have no clue. My understanding is just like fucking, like... Markets are yay, and buying stuff is yay. People feed into like the grand scheme of shit, something when they buy shit, some garbage like that. Like I think it's supposed to be like some cyclical shit if I recall. I'm really horrible at politics, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Sakibati, oh my god! Chris, thank you so much for 13 months of the subbies. Thank you. I'm good. How have you been? You seem so busy. Has work been keeping you?
You always hear stuff. I'm not sure if half of them's even real.
Thank you so much, Yukimi. Thank you.
No, really. Rowan knows about it. He used to be in the same class with them.
I can hear you from back here, you know.
Whatever, Rowan. Anyway, the story goes like this. There were 3 of them. They entered the mansion on a dare, and they were all never seen again.
It's true. I saw it.
No one knows what happened to them. Up to this day. Scary shit, man.
Scary shit, man.
Cock and bull story. Calling it now.
No, you don't get it. Why don't you ask Miss Gales then? Better yet, why don't you go inside the place? I'm betting my allowance you can't do it.
Oh shit, I'm betting my cock you can't do it. The attack immediately halts when I look up, all of them suddenly pretending to be engrossed in their current activity. Still, a word to put a stopper to this nonsense is needed. Creativity and imagination fostered by these stories is one thing, but reckless ideas should be corrected before anything potentially tragic comes from it.
Back to your worksheets, everyone.
The cock and balls? How about cock and bulls, though?
And I don't want to hear any talk of dares or going inside that mansion. It's private property now. You'd all better stay away from it before...
The noise, a whole lot of them goes silent. You can almost hear a pin drop. The look on their faces would have made for a funny picture, but that's irrelevant at the moment. If that is a student loitering around, someone's going to be in trouble.
I'll be back. If you're done, you can leave your worksheets on my desk. Keep the noise to a minimum while I'm gone, okay?
I can sense their eyes on me as I walk out the door. Immediate kind of anticipation. A bit unnerving, but it's far more agreeable than the feeling of being watched I've been enduring these past few days. Class is still in session for most of the rooms. In a few hours, once the final bell rings, however, this place will once again be filled with busy chatter and footfalls, an everyday cycle in itself. The bulls is where I call it, where I draw the line. But for the moment, I let the signs guide me, my ears focusing on whatever sounds there are, or there will be, searching for that distinct clanging of metal. A good minute passes for the portion of it, only my steps echo through the halls. And another. I'm about to turn around when the sound of it halts my footsteps. It's a little muffled and infrequent, but grows louder after each interval. With the hallway devoid of people, if I don't put a stop to it soon, it'll start to disturb the other classes still going on. Fuck bulls! Looking for it doesn't take long. All I do is follow the racket and surely I stay in front of a nondescript row of unoccupied lockers. Oh no. From inside one of them, sitting in the middle, comes the noise, annoyingly disruptive now that I'm facing it. Like someone's pounding on the metal door from the inside, hoping to get out. Leaning forward, I try to get a glimpse of the horizontal slats of whatever's causing it. But in this light, only darkness greets me in another round of clanging, louder than previous one. Oh god, right? Well, this is fine. More desperate. I've heard stories before from other students, from a few colleagues who had to deal with it once or twice. Although personally, I've never encountered one myself. I can only thank the heavens I haven't yet. But
If this is another kid some other student stuffed in a locker...
with a half, I straighten up and study it briefly with a frown. Without delay, I reach for his handle and once it stops, immediately replaced by the muffled sound of a mobile phone ringing. I give the door a few raps before taking my attention away. A second, another. When nothing or no one responds, I finally open my eyes and I pull out my mobile. Okay, thank God. Ethan, your work has been keeping me busy as my boss is setting me up to take his position in case he ever gets a new... Oh, snap, that's so awesome! That's so exciting! Congrats! I bet you'd make an excellent boss! Glad you found some time to stop in, though. Always good to see you. Asher's voice greets me from the other end of the line, oddly cheerful in light of this morning's matters. Or maybe because I'm just expecting some grave or serious news from him. Instead, I get this.
Hey, Becca.
Well, you sound happy.
I do? My voice still sounds the same to me.
The only two things I know that could be the reason for that tone. Sweets, or he's gotten a good lead in this case. From the sound of it, I'm gonna assume it's the former, since lately that case is all that's running inside his head. If there's ever a third one, I've never heard of it yet. It can only be one of the two.
Ignore that. How's Isabella?
Drove her home a few minutes ago. I think she's sleeping now. Sorry this took a while. Z-Man gave us the puppy eyes after we tried to leave. Had some food prepared for us, apparently. We didn't have the heart to say no.
Thank you, of course, you're gonna do great!
That's all right. Is she okay now?
I'm not really sure. She didn't say anything to Zach, but she mentioned a plan to take a few days off from work.
I need a few days off of work, too.
It was a bad comment before I left her, so I didn't get to ask.
Must be because of Rose's death.
Could be. It doesn't seem like it from Zach's story, though. He said she was shaking when she got there.
Shaking?
Thank you so much, Rafa. Thank you. The word triggers a memory. From 3 days ago, on the way home from her little treat after she sold the mansion, I didn't think much of it at the time, but I won't lie, it scared me. The terrified look on her face, how she sounded when she suddenly screamed.
Becca? Still there?
It's that cutie! Hi, Charlotte! How are you doing?
Yeah, I just remembered something. Sorry, don't mind me.
Look, if you can talk to her, get the story out of her. That would be great. She wouldn't talk to Zach or me even when I tried. Maybe she'll speak up if it's you?
I'll give it a go, but I can't promise anything, okay? You know how stubborn she can get.
You can't eat me. I'm so sorry you can't eat me. I hope you can get some good rest soon. I'm glad you're good otherwise.
But thanks for letting me know about this.
No problem. If anything comes up, just drop me a line, okay?
There's a short pause before he gets a call from his end, and once again I'm alone with my thoughts. But rather than answers, all I got from it are questions. More of them, one on top of the other, as if the world isn't planning to give me a break anytime soon. That's a problem I'll tackle later. Hello, Tipian. I hope you like stream. Hope you sleep well. How's your GCC? Thank you so much, Shai. Thank you. Have some good sleep, too. You deserve it. Get some good rest. And I cannot imagine sleeping before, like, 3 a.m. nowadays. Which honestly, 3 a.m. has been a good feat for me because I at least wake up before 1 p.m. Except today, I actually woke up a little later. Then again, I also stay up a little later. I played a little Valorant last night, and I wanted to, like, I wanted to strangle someone. Right now, I've got students who need to be taught follies of eavesdropping, and the slightly open door and their smothered laughter from the side is an indication.
All right, enough eavesdropping. All of you, back to your seats.
Is that your boyfriend, Miss Gales?
None of your business.
He totally is.
A quick scuffle follows that comment. If there's a retort prepared at the tip of my tongue, I drop every presence of laying it loose on them. There's no use arguing with teenagers sometimes. Voices as they all are. That voice, right? They're still my kids though, and that means I can spank them. Well, you can't stay awake that long anymore? Damn. I feel like that's a good thing though. Yeah, keep working to sleep right. Thank you. Oh shit. Shaking her head, I head back to the classroom with a smile, but not before taking a glance at the locker again. Hasn't made a sound since. Shouldn't you still open it though? Like, what if they fucking pass out or something?
Must be the wind.
Very rhythmic wind in that locker. So now that I look, I leave it alone. Oh! All in all, the entire school day ends without a hitch. It could have gone better, mind you, but with the exams due and getting out of work before the sun has set, looks as though it's a far-off dream for now. Right? How you doing again? What a good time to drop in. How are you today? That doesn't look like wind, right? Maybe the student inside had their period. And just someone should really let them out. Could have gone better, mind you, but with the exams nearing, getting out of work before the sun has set, looks as though it's a far-off dream for now. At least until they're over, then we have the holidays to look forward to. There really are times when you simply take what you can get for the time being.
Nothing wrong with that.
No wonder they want outside. Right? They need their tampon. Hey, Mara, Yanka, thank you, Ventus. How are you doing tonight? Evening, Dad. How are you today? Okay, so for the minor hearted, right? You're trying to relax with the workout one day. Oh no! Did something happen at work today? You dealing with dumb people? I saw you found some interesting trash bags. As in follow hell when I saw the message I didn't get to reply. I'm hoping for it. This will continue until the whole day ends. There's still that promise I made to Ashton, and frankly, the idea alone doesn't sound good. If Isabella didn't talk to them, what makes you think she'll talk to me? It's not like there's a hierarchy, is there? Just because I can handle Isabella's childish tendencies doesn't mean I can do it all the time.
Really, those two give me too much credit.
Nevertheless, I'm keeping my fingers crossed, if only because I'm also worried about her. But Saki and Ashton deem it important that... Was that tiny too audible? Yeah, important that somebody get the story out of her. Also hope me it's got nothing to do with that letter again. Dude, I want to give me a light. Wally, he's got this big C. You're like, shit, you gotta just get my mind out. Oh, I'm so sorry here. I hope it goes better. Hi, we can enjoy some nice spooky story. Nice. Thank you so much for the gifts, Update. Thank you. You're too sweet. Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my goodness, you're too kind. Didn't think it happened, thankfully. Just thinking I'm burned out from the job these. Oh my god, dude. I'm fucking feeling that. I mean, I guess like after 11 hours stream, like god, yeah, but like, I feel like either people are getting sick or people are getting burnt out. And thankfully, I don't think I'm getting sick, but I'm definitely getting burnt out on shit, and I'm definitely taking a break this week. But I really want to finish this game before I do. Hey, see those trash bags? Oh, shabby, darn dude. So Ghetto found some pumpkin spice scented trash bags, and my thought is just like, I feel like trash bags, like, there's no way it's going to mask a scent, right? I feel like it's just at best going to mix with it, and that feels kind of like putrid. Oh, family, okay, I got you. We can trash out, hell yeah, let's get into some spooky horror novels. Hey, Mari, you deserve. They can break your life. Thank you so much, Ventus. Thank you. This well. I didn't know they were right. I understand she feels a bit stressed lately, but keeping that story going on for more than a week is... it's bound to get tiring at one point. Seriously, I really don't want this to end in another argument. God willing, the cafe special will help smoothen things out. After all, it's always been food with her. Thank you so much for the mwah. Thank you so much for the head pat. So the break, and the lot Miller shit. You've been a good distraction with your sheets, so thank you. Oh my god, I'm so glad I could be a good distraction for you. Thank you. How's all your medical shit been doing though? Are you recovering okay and everything? I just left this game, so it takes about like 20-something, 21-ish hours to beat this, and so maybe like 5 hours left in this game. So it's very possible we can finish it today, and then yeah, maybe we can just like take a break for this week, you know? After all, it's always been food with her, or money, but mostly food. What is new? It's actually let's give you a kiss. Yeah, it's a little heart that appears on the stream, and it like flies into my noggin. And now I know of your love. That's right, the cafe is usually filled to the brim with people. That's the reason as well, and I rarely ever go here during the evenings. Thank you so much for the mwah. Thank you. It's not like too much of a hassle, and we can prepare food ourselves in the comfort of our homes. There really isn't much reason to eat out lately. You know, it's fucking expensive as shit as well. What with life going on a busy streak? No time for long lives. We spend that doing something productive, yes?
Lucky there isn't one
you're
tonight.
resting. How are you? Okay, so my plan is, Coco. I know. I should be resting. That stream Saturday was massive. But my plan is, I want to finish the letter, and then I'm probably gonna take like a few days off, like in a row, you know. I stopped by for a week, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, so there's definitely going. Oh, absolutely. Oh my goodness. Make sure you guys all staying safe, staying hydrated, you know? And keep me updated on how you guys are doing with your health and shit. You know, I worry about you guys. Look how flies are nice, right? This is so cute. Just click and understand a little more. Yes! Claps for Inu. Good job, Inu. I knew you got it. I knew you got it. Really good, but hell yeah. I missed that. How was the Saturday stream? It was fucking insane. But I absolutely adore the game. I was playing, for anyone that missed it, I had a special Saturday stream this Saturday playing Eternice. I played through the entirety of Eternice, 11 hours on stream. I highly recommend it. It's $30, $26.99 on US dollars on Steam. I think right now, I think the sale might be going on. Thank you again so much, Studio Sai, for the review copy. Thank you. Yeah, awesome, my last dude, right? It was insane. It's such a good game, though. I highly recommend it. And that's a launch. It was so fucking long. You are right, though. I gotta not overdo myself, Dead. Absolutely. So I'm thinking, like, if you know, I could finish this game today, maybe I'll take like 3 days off or something, you know, and come back Friday for something. I sadly have Valorant Premier Tournament on Saturday, so that's gonna be something. Only a few people are idling around the counter. 4 of them, in fact, a woman in her 60s and a teenager busy with his phone. Both are just watching, waiting to be served their orders. Oh, no! His eyes is crazy, right? How are you? I'm good, Typhoons. How are you doing tonight? What 11 hours is she now? I did stream that long. I kept it going because I really wanted to beat that fucking game. Oh, the rest of us, actually, they're dead well, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you. The rest of the week, it's just come back Monday, so you don't have to just do one day. You know, you're right. I feel like that's just a little, you know, like random disturbance until it could be a 6-day break, which would be really nice. But I am trying to save up for something right now, so like, fuck. I you know, I had I should take the break, but like, shit, man. There are things I need in life. Oh, it's you. Wish you the best that you do. Thank you. Right, it's Luke and Kylie. I love Kylie, but why is Luke here? Hi, Judah. How you doing tonight? The other two, a posh-looking man and a child, who I immediately recognize as Kylie, appear to have not yet picked anything they want. For some reason, my stare lingers at the guy. Though dressed relatively well and looks harmless, I haven't seen him around these parts before. Wait. Okay. On it. Thank you so much for the 5 kisses. Oh my goodness, you guys are too kind. Thank you so much. I did that shit again. I'm so sorry. Right, I'm sorry too, Kylie. Thank you so much. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. Well, why? I'm not pressing anything. I'll definitely get some rest though, just for you. And actually, a Luke and Kylie, was it right? Stop. So, okay, I know I said I was gonna try for a subathon, this month. I might change it to some, like, special, like, week-long thing for Halloween. But I'm not too sure these yet, so I'll let you guys know what happens, but... I'll take a wellness break. They're gonna fill my bottle with salt water, so every time someone hydrates... No, that's evil, Chris! What the fuck? Okay, you're right. In order to take care of our dear Chris here, I must take care of myself. Understood. Hey, she honestly... Oh, no, not any shame. I'm just gonna take some days off this week to relax after all the streaming I've been doing. Hey, words I do not understand, but you. So the U.S. said Latin America have secret people that do communism. Could be anyone. So the military dudes started chasing such... Oh, no. What part of fucking history are you learning about right now? Nice emos there, Weasel. This is taking one for the team. Actually, though, the greater good. Absolutely. You should rest, thank you. Okay, I'll definitely rest. Though dressed relatively well and looks harmless, I haven't seen him around these parts before. Someone new in the neighborhood, perhaps? Even so, there's something familiar in him. It feels like I've seen him somewhere before. Hey, do the rest? What do you do the rest, jerk off? Beatrice, right? That also begs the question why Kylie is with him. Jesse That too. Okay, good. I like that one. Also, this happened all in Argentina. That's fucking insane. But also, I could totally see Americans doing that. All the time, jerk. Oh, yes. Yes, I thought that was so right. Each regurgitation was for you guys. Of course, the little girl easily takes a liking to anyone who buys her sweets, so it's both a bit worrisome and unsurprising. Yeah, I'm a little worried right now. Fine, Blue doesn't look particularly thrilled with the company, though. Turn my eyes away from them soon enough once the guy at the counter appears, ready to take my order. That, and I also hate to be accused of ogling strangers.
2, evening special, takeout.
Sorry, punching the order before I even finish. Saying my order out loud is really more for formality's sake and made out of habit. He has known this fellow now long enough that if we ever drop by here, he already knows it's always because I'm buying dinner for the two of us. Aw, that's so sweet. You know, is that bad? Okay, but like, look at the people we've gotten today. Like, fucking psychopaths, man. I watched my April and people Sunshine. Thank you so much. Pete for content, absolutely. Actually, I don't think you're allowed to puke or shit on stream, I believe. If I recall. I rarely visit here alone if I can help it, but Isabella can sometimes be a bad influence. He gives me a small smile before leaving to prepare my order while I fish for my wallet when...
Look, you little ankle biter. If I buy you the biggest parfait they have, will you please behave?
Damn!
I would just like 10 minutes of peace and quiet.
You said you'll get me some bread pudding this time.
Yeah, well, darling, they said they ran out of it. Just pick another one so we can be on our way.
God, dude, I just have no reason to like Luke. I think the one next there, I think it was Killjoy. Oh, in the Lotus one? I think that's us, right? Yeah, I think that's us. This disappeared Puritas organization dedicated to the search to help info on the disappeared people. So the organization were created too. Oh, that's cool. Not purposefully, I don't think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think you're right. There's a strange shadows today. Oh, because of the fucking like pukey shit? Yeah, no. Well, no, we just have some weird people. We've had a few weird people lately, definitely. That brings not you right? We didn't look for them being out bad, but honestly though, it was okay, yeah, they were very nice. Leave off Brand Marinello. Leave off Brand Marinello, right? This dude's made a book named Nevermore, or whatever the translation is. Basically talks about all the disappeared people. Ooh, that's cool. And weird? Oh, but we love weird. Weird is good here. It depends what kind of weird, you know? Like, there's good weird, you know, there's us kind of weird, and then there's weird that's just like socially inept kind of weird, you know? That's not the things I said. Oh, okay, that's really cool though.
That parfait doesn't look as cute as the one my mom bought me.
Parfait is just ice cream, sweetheart.
No, it's not!
It'll melt no matter how dainty it appears. In the end, it'll all look like an ugly puddle.
You're an ugly puddle. You come ugly puddles!
Now come on, just pick one. It could even be the most expensive one on that list.
No, come on! Because you're ugly! You're ugly! Yeah. Sorry. I'm taking out all my frustration on Luke. Tell him, yeah, get him! Hey, it's not the puzzle exactly.
Care, I don't care. What I would give for someone to buy you off my hands right now.
That's very illegal. What? My whole attention instantly sets back to them in the conversation. Jumping to the conclusion isn't something I'm particularly fond of, especially when all I have are baseless assumptions. We can't really trust a stranger these days. No one on the cafe seems to have noticed his words either. Very suspicious words. Still, I don't move. Yet. But my hand is already shifted for a while to the book I'm carrying. A hardbound textbook. Looks harmless, but if a situation calls for it, may be a good deadly weapon. Might. I haven't gotten the chance to try it anywhere so far. It could be the day.
But you promised.
Wait, we gotta get Rebecca to smack the shit out of him. Not that he did! Wasn't cute when he said he'd be a shit fine dude, right? He assumed that things would look good, but that's fine, honestly, though. Now's the time, yes!
Look, if you don't want a parfait, how about a bonify pie? I'm sure it'll taste just as good as any other bread pudding.
You bonify lie to this little girl!
I'll even buy you the entire tray. How does that sound?
That's not what you said before.
Well, sweetheart, adults change their minds sometimes.
You said if I come with you, you'll buy me a bread pudding, and I did, and now you won't keep your promise.
Okay, this sounds really fucking sketchy.
I want to go home. I miss my mom.
What is happening right now?
No, darling, if I remember correctly, and I have a good memory, honey. What I said was, if you come quietly with me, I might buy you one.
This is sounding so fucking weird! Red Flag Dude, right? They're very dubious of how they end up in this situation, right? Sorry, this man over here.
The quiet part didn't happen. Though now that I'm sober, I think this is a bad idea.
Were you
I should just
drunk?
shove you someplace else for that peace and quiet.
He was drunk when he bribed a child to come with him? It kind of seems like he's kidnapping a child, right, Ventus? He's handsome, right this way. He's changing danger. Actually, though, yeah, the tenor of the story, right? First he wanted to sell her, now he wants her to come quiet. Fucking right. Hey, drunk or when I say chill, he usually is drunk. So now I'm gonna pray they're at like home or actually no, I pray. I don't know where I pray. Somewhere very public where everyone can see. Hey, would you prefer a larger weapon, right? We could get you one. Oh, that's it. No hesitation. In a few paces, he's within my reach, and without warning, I'm slaying the flat area of the book against his skull. Damn!
Ow!
Okay, I like Rebecca 20 times more now. His current pain, followed by him instantly crouching down, hands nursing the sore spot. Almost comically, if this were a different situation and the safety of a Cinqueretti child isn't at stake. I'll probably feel sorry for him. Redeemed, right? Yes, let's go! I mean, has anyone seen how thick this book is?
Get behind me, Kylie.
Miss Pink!
It's amusing how fast her expression changes from the pouty one earlier to something that of utter delight upon seeing me. But there's no time for pleasantries, not even quick ones, because soon the man straightens and I'm ready for my favorite newfound weapon for another hit. So this time he's ready, and before I can land another one, his hand shoots up to catch my wrist in a firm hold. And the look on his face.
Bloody hell, woman! What's your problem?
To say he's pissed would be a complete understatement. Is this supposed to be hot? A piece of this guy is a friend of mine? Exactly. You had twice a good measure. Exactly. The Allison notification, honestly, though. Headbutt, honestly. But that simply isn't how I roll. Sorry, I think I accidentally clicked over that. I have been the weak-willed sort. I probably cower under his sharp gaze. If he thinks he can scare me and do as he pleases here, just because I'm a woman or whatever his reasons may be, he's got another thing coming for him. So instead, I return to him with the same intensity, with the same venom.
What's my problem? You're the one who has a problem here. Rotten bowbags like you don't deserve the freedom to run this town.
Damn!
What are you doing to this girl?
And why is that any of your business, pray tell?
I think it is kind of anyone's business in the public. His body doesn't have much peace to cushion, but right? It is canon! Talk to him!
Oh, it's my business if I make it to be.
Damn!
Now, release me or I'll call the police.
You think that scares me, Daisy?
I have a name, you sleazy douchebag.
Oh, I'm sure.
His grip on my hand only turns as I attempt to shake it off. His tone may be dripping with anger or sarcasm, but the gleam in his eyes says it all. He's getting a kick out of this. Ew. Riling people up, getting on their nerves, invading their personal space. Knows exactly what and which buttons to push. The nerve of this person. The nerve of this arsehole. If he thinks I'm gonna give in to his goading, sorry, please, he might as well just kiss his sorry behind. Hit where it hurts! Oh, shit! Kick him in the dick!
Mister, You have until the count of 5 to let me go and step out of my personal space.
A fair warning. Yes, go, yes! Hey, kids, cars are wide open there, right? Nature's a sleazy douche, dude! Better than any I can offer for people of his kind. I'm already being considerate. Hell, this arsehole doesn't even deserve a warning. If he doesn't listen, well, he's as much responsible for what will happen next as anyone.
Or else what? Such vulgar words coming out of that pretty mouth. A gorgeous flower like you shouldn't even be saying.
Don't say I didn't warn you, Bowbag.
Love that intensity, Daisy.
This is so gross in public. Is no one seeing this?
FYI, I like feisty in a woman. It gives them this certain charm. Why don't you?
5.
A second silence. Then without any preamble, nuts to Bolt's achievement. Teach the pompous bastard a lesson he'll never forget. Yes! Oh my god! That's not to put generation of power behind this good dude, right? Let's go! Then without any preamble, my leg moves in one fluid motion and delivers a swift, powerful, well-placed kick in his nether regions. Needless to say, the effect is instantaneous. His achievement to get right in the fake count. I love it, actually, though. He yelps abruptly, the crying right. Everything about this scene is just wonderful. That voice clip is amazing. We got it. Wait. Sorry, I'm gonna go back just so we can hear that voice clip again.
Mister,
Or else.
don't say
FYI. Why don't.
5.
There you go. Well, the kid is a nuts out of the kid. He deserves it. Oh, yeah. Hey, the kid in the chat. Wait, why'd you get kicked in the nuts? Hey, the kid tried to cycle for yes. Needless to say, the effect is instantaneous. He yelps, abruptly drops his hold on me, and kneels over, howling from the pain. Ain't that so cathartic, right? I can see tears forming at the corner of his eyes, too. Though the mere sight of it prompts not an ounce of remorse from me. I would have been gentler if he isn't such a dirty little prick with an ego too big for his head. Too bad. Whether this obliterates any chance of him over procreating remains to be known. But a part of me is already praying he doesn't ever breed after this. Oh my god! We have no need for more of him in this world.
You mad woman!
I warned you, you ass.
Why, this is harassment, I'm telling you! Harassment!
Harassment?
Then why don't you tell that to the police once they get here,
You despicable! Whatever you're assuming I am, I'll have you know it's all in your head. None of it's true.
I guess the game would cause the virus, actually. That's incredible. Wait, I wasn't going to happen, right? Even a dick kick movie, yes. All the people can play my harassing, right?
You best have that pretty brain of yours checked before that gets worse. What is wrong with you? Is this the face of someone who'd do anything suspicious?
Yes.
Oh? You don't think a stranger luring an innocent child with promises of sweets before whisking them away from their parents doesn't warrant any suspicion?
Yes, absolutely, yes, right, yes!
You have a very funny definition of suspicious, asshole. Maybe you're the one who should have that head of yours checked.
The kid asked me to buy her sweets. You're the one who's suspicious here. I'll have you know, I have a wife.
That you cheat on. Constantly. That much at least appears to have a sliver of truth to it. He even makes a show of brandishing his left hand to my face with much flourish. Sure enough, a wedding ring is there, though all that earned him is an unimpressed glare from me. I mean, married people could die. He is a married person doing shitty things. He deserves far better, right? Immediately, a small part of me starts to feel sorry for whatever poor woman married the sod. We feel sorry, too. I mean, they say exactly. I don't understand why he has to bring her up either. As if the mention of her alone would magically present a solution to this problem, right? She must surely be a remarkable woman if she can handle a dirtbag like him.
And even my wife of all people in this bloody city, has never, I'm telling you, accused me of such a scandalous thing! You crazy woman!
Oh my god, he's getting really...
Married or not, you're still a sleaze. Honestly, I feel...
Miss Pink, why are you fighting with my teal?
Oh shit! Whatever words still left to be said here dies on my tongue. Same thing goes with the sleeves. Beside us stands Kylie, cocky ass with the same curious stare she often brings with her. I know that look all too well. A precious child, a precocious child, through and through. Please go over honestly though. Viper, Nani? She doesn't say anything further. Hastily moves between us, eyeing us both carefully, clearly anticipating an answer. My experience, when it gets like this with children her age, is a sure sign they won't leave you until you've given them an answer they're satisfied with. I won't do either. It has dissolved into a shouting match for heaven's sake. And did she just say Tio? Something falls straight to the pit of my stomach at that, but my tone is gentle when I finally address her, void of any apprehension and what might be the first hints of embarrassment. I pointedly ignore the latter. It could very well be just a hunger speaking.
Kylie, sweetie, do you know this oaf?
Yeah, he's Teal Luke.
At the moment, my brain stops. Every line of thought, every argument I still have against a man besides me dissipates in the haze. Amidst all of it, one memory gets triggered from a few days ago.
Tio? The one you mentioned before? The uncle? The guy Rowan wanted to impress? Or was that a dare? I'm sorry, I can't recall.
Doesn't clear up anything, right? Thank you so much for keeping me hydrated. Thank you.
Is it the one who promised he'll take Big Brother someplace cool?
Yeah, the one and the same. Don't you know who he is?
Sure as hell don't, darling. Because if I do, I wouldn't have let everything I've said earlier come out of my mouth.
He's my Teal Luke, gazillionaire extraordinaire, and the fairy godfather.
He's your godfather. That's nice.
The one and only. Did I get that right, Teal?
More than right, sweetheart. I'm sure Miss Pink here understood everything you said quite perfectly.
Whatever it is that landed at the bottom of my stomach prior has shot straight up to my face and stayed there. The heat from it slowly spread to my cheeks, coloring my face in almost the same shade as my hair. If only the earth would swallow me whole here and now. His eyes are on me. I can feel them, cheering, mocking. I can't even bring myself to look at him. What's in there? Amusement? I doubt it. He's probably having the time of his life right now. I know. I can hear the sneer in his tone alone when he talks. He has that smug grin on him, which I may or may not want to punch off his face at present, just for the hell of it. The damage control. I need to do some damage control before the whole thing goes south. We always gotta apologize to Kylie. Of course, apologies is the most appropriate thing to say. He hated that. But no matter how much I will myself to do it, my own body refuses to budge, my mouth refuses to open, my head rejects the very idea of looking at him. No apology for an arsehole. Not to mention with an ego too big for his head. Let his pride suffer. I'm not going to eat my words for the sake of choking his damn ego. Let's use it for him to gloat. Tell you, however, I have an explanation.
Don't worry, Kylie. I'm not fighting with your Tio. This is just a discussion. A very serious discussion between a very mature adult and one that's not.
Holy shit!
Really? But I've never seen Teal angry before.
Well, I guess you haven't been on your team for long. You did the right thing. You're so eager, but now okay, fucking night. You thank you so much for your super. Please spaz me up, and you don't care. You got this. I believe in you. Sleep well. Have fun with your exams, and now they go. I have to consume your high anxiety. How you doing tonight? Trust me, guy. You don't know we're angry from Little Roll, right?
It's because he's losing the argument. But don't ever follow his example, Kylie. You should always learn to be patient, even if things aren't going your way, okay?
Oh, sure, a discussion. And it involves hitting random strangers you meet at a cafe with a book.
So you notice? Oh, yeah, I got you.
A hardbound book. Mind you, the little me hasn't recovered yet.
Oh, it's little, alright.
My future generation never survives from this. We are going to have more than words, woman!
Well, at least you know he has one kid on the way. I don't know how Kylie hear his tirade. Oh my god. I don't allow Kylie to hear his tirade and cover both her ears with my hands. As far as she is of the man, there are words he shouldn't be saying in front of a child. How can you not know about that? More importantly, how on earth did someone like him become a godfather? Who allowed it? Maybe I should talk to Mrs. Suarez about it. Warn her how he's not a good influence for her children.
Language! How can you use such crude words in front of her? Your goddaughter can hear you, for heaven's sake.
Oh, and you didn't. If I remember everything correctly, you called me a rotten beau.
So you're going to repeat it in front of her, just to make a point? What, are you 5? Even 5-year-olds are more sensible than you.
Damn! You and Isabella, I can say that much certain. That with much. Why does she always refer back to Isabella as like the bare minimum of like adulthood, I guess? Hey, can I look me eyes, right? Let me present and pass out. Pity. Right, this particular exam I had all corrected with a bright red pen. Got a 7, which is a bit of. Oh no! Well, I bet you're gonna do great regardless. This good moment's starting to pass, right?
Even 5-year-olds are more sensible than you.
Wow, now you're mocking her. So mature. Josie always finds a way back right? You said, guys, some of you say you deserve a low grade, but I passed them at pity, but you deserve less. Damn! Very upfront. Better harping on Isabella, right?
See what I mean?
Are you fighting again?
Oh, no. Like I said, we were just having a discussion. We're actually done now. But you need to promise Miss Pink you will never grow up like this guy. Good kids don't do what he's doing.
Oh my god!
But I like Tio.
And I'm quite sure Tio likes you too. But liking people is different. Just because you like him doesn't mean you have to be like him.
Damn right.
There are better role models for you aside from him.
Fuck you, he has a chance to fail. He did. Let's see, are you about to... I just produced the better role model.
Like you?
Not exactly what I'm trying to get at. But if that's what you want, I don't see why not.
Okay, I want to be like Miss Pink someday. I want to be a teacher, and I promise I won't be like Tio, even if he's a gazillionaire.
Oh my god.
Turning my own goddaughter against me. How mature of you, Miss Pink.
His sound makes me pause. For the first time since his talk started, I look at him. Briefly, something flashes behind his eyes. Something close to what might be an expectation falling? Dismay? I can't be sure. It passes almost as soon as it appears. What's that about? Does he actually like having Kylie around? It doesn't seem like it from the get-go, but if that fun smile on him is anything to judge by, then maybe...
Don't worry, Tio. If you buy me bread pudding tonight, I'll like you again.
Aw, if that's all it takes, consider it done, sweetheart. We might have to find another place to buy it from, though. Somewhere safe, where a random crazy woman isn't going to attack us out of the blue.
Lady, thank you so much, Lick. I appreciate it. Thank you. Hope your day is going well.
Let's go.
Okay. Bye, Miss Pink. I still like you, just not more than Tio anymore.
Anymore? Damn. Oh, that's okay. We're out to ruin both their lives, I guess.
See you.
Guys, alright, pulling him to the next cafe, to the cafe exit before I can protest it. Dude, I hate my period. I have to wear pads. It muffles my content. Although it's not like there's anything to object on further. I may view that man, Luke, as someone hateful, maybe to the point of seeing him as an eyesore. I don't think that'll have any bearing on what the child thinks of him. When you think about it, if she admires him so much like that, then maybe there's still something agreeable in him. Part of him only Kylie sees. She saw it as a goal to wink at me before they both disappeared behind the door, so maybe not. However, there's no moment to ponder about it. So consider the guy at the counter waves me over and hands me a paper bag as soon as I've paid. He offers me another smile before I leave. Normally I return it simply for the sake of returning it, or I don't at all, with the latter happening more commonly. For the time being, I do so freely. After that encounter and the scene we caused, seeing a friendly gesture being sent to me, albeit from a person I barely know on a personal level, feels like a reassurance despite bearing no promise of better days. I take what little I can of it with me as I step out into the night. A cloudless night sky greets me when I walk out of the cafe. Beyond the tall buildings, a blanket of stars spreads out before me. Isabella once told me that the best place to view it is someplace outside the city, away from the noise and the obtrusive lights. Unfortunately, they're right. If he likes you, he'll always want to attack you wherever you go. Shoot, when you want to attack him wherever he goes. We see him once in her mom's hometown and another time in the university she used to attend. Then she asked if it's possible to try it out here sometime. I agree with her at the time, if only because she appeared excited at the mere prospect of it. We made those little plans along with Zachary and Ashton. Though, up until now, we never got around to it. Even so, I find myself enjoying this despite being told it's only half the experience. Little things, stuff you learn to appreciate when you're alone. Because at certain times, you get to meet people who are unfortunately born with an innate talent to ruin the mood and the scene with their mere existence alone. Valorant players. For example, the very driver of the car fast approaching my direction. Luckily he doesn't notice me, but the fleeting moment we pass each other by gives me a brief glance of the people he's with. Oh shit. Macy in the backseat with a serving of red pudding in her hands. And beside him, it must be his wife. Yep. He takes a turn and disappears at the nearest corner. But the other night, that cursory glimpse of all things that bother me has left me wondering what kind of person his wife is. And more than that, is a silent prayer to the universe. I hope I don't ever cross paths with that douche again. What a prayer. Oh, fuck, oh god, right? After having such an eventful day, anyone will think nothing will surprise me anymore. But here I am, sitting at the top of the stairwell, watching an odd scene unfold before me. Relief crosses my mind first, followed by confusion.
What is she doing there?
Although, given what happened this morning, the question feels a bit inappropriate to ask directly. What's important is Isabella's here. She's sitting cross-legged on the hallway just right in front of her room with several papers and folders scattered about. Each of them seems as important as the next. More than once, upon giving the scene a quick scan, I spot Bright Reality's logo at the topmost area of the pages. Everything considered, it looks like a mess made by a third grader working on crunch time. The landlady will have a few things to say about this when she finds out. I have a few things to say about this myself, in fact. Something in the calm, focused manner she holds herself, at present, keeps me from disturbing her with that reminder, Jesus. Going through each paper with this intensity, her brows are furrowed, lips in a tight line, both hands moving in precise movements as she shifts through each sheet. When she finds something of note, she moves closer, notes coming almost touching whatever paper she's holding, and grabs her phone to call someone.
Hello. Sorry to call you this late. There's something I just want to confirm, if that's okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. Thanks anyway. Not that one either.
It's a cycle. She goes through call after call, then after the last one ends, she shuffles through the pile again and dials another number. Hey, Luke is tied to a rocket, right? Does it work? I've never seen her this engrossed with her own work before. Otherwise, she would knows my presence the moment I reach our floor. After the ninth call, she still appears as oblivious to it as when I've arrived. When she lets out a loud sigh this time, I immediately take this as an opportunity to interrupt.
Isabella, you know the house rules here.
And once her head shakes fast and hits the concrete wall behind her with a thumb. Ooh. There's the old Isabella I know. Glad it's still there. I allow her a moment to nurse it before speaking again.
Becca, you're late.
Yeah, I ran into a little trouble at the cafe. But I brought food for the two of us, if you haven't eaten anything yet.
As anticipated, she grins once I raise the bag of food I'm holding. Yet, it doesn't reach her eyes. There's something of the cheerful glint in it this time. There's nothing of the cheerful glint in it this time. Just a hollow tone for the sake of being polite. Ashton's right. Nothing's happened.
Yeah, maybe later. I've gotta finish this first. Just leave it here. I'll eat it once I'm done. Thanks, Becca.
You can't eat this here. You know how the landlady would react.
Wait, so she's outside her room
Why
right
are
now?
you even working outside? Your room's right there.
Yes.
I know. Sorry. It just feels stuffy in my apartment right now. I'll go back inside once everything's been aired out. I promise.
That has never bothered you before.
Well, it bothers me now.
Oh, really? Just now? I find that hard to believe.
Yeah? Shouldn't you be happy? I mean, you've been complaining even if it's not your room. Now I know how you're feeling when it's messy, so I'm going to clean. Isn't that a good thing?
This really was supposed to be good news. An exhale comes to me, drawn out and slow.
It's a good thing, Isabella. Believe me. But you're as bad as Zachary at lying. What's really going on?
She hastily averts her eyes, a surefire indicator that this is going to be one of those lengthy conversations that could possibly end with the other person angry. Again. It's one thing I'd like to avoid tonight at all costs. Still, I may pause to Ashley and Zachary. If she didn't talk to them, who else is she going to talk to? If she keeps this all to herself, who knows what may happen?
Isabella, you can tell me.
Can she, though?
Is it about your family?
Slight movement of her lips, although a frown is a reaction at least. Getting there.
Rose?
Really shakes her head. Just a little more.
Come on, I know something happened. I don't know if it's because of Rose, but I know it's related to her somehow. You weren't here when I visited this morning, and both Zachary and Ashton are worried about you. If you don't want to tell them, you can tell me. Does it have something to do with work? Office?
If I didn't know her, I might have missed it. She shifts then, her fist clenching tight and teeth biting her lower lip, and there's fear. The look of terror in her is the last thing I expected to see out of everything. Her mouth trembles briefly before she opens them. When she finally voices it out, the words simply spill out of her mouth. One after another, all of it. True to what I promised her, I listen, because this is something she's been keeping to herself, even from the two most dependable people I know. The fact she chooses to tell me this speaks a lot to me.
Becca, she was there again. Last night? In the office? Boss passed me all of Rose's Lork load yesterday. For the Ermengarde mansion. I had to stay late to finish them all. And then... when I was about to go home, I saw her. I saw her again. She was standing in front of me again last night, Becca. I couldn't get away. She was blocking the door. If I hadn't hidden myself, even if I made the tiniest noise, if she found me, Becca, she almost did. If she saw me under my table, I think that would have been the end of it. I'm scared. I'm so scared I won't be able to do anything.
By the end, her hands are trembling and her breathing comes out in rasping intervals. For a long moment, I let the silence stretch out between us, let her silence fill it instead. But even as her soft whimpers died down minutes later, there's a heaviness hanging in the air. Not just from her, but also from me. From my exasperation over this whole matter, from my own frustrations over her stupid superstitions, when she could do us all a favor and go up backboard. Jesus Christ! What? She may be young, but she's no longer that young. What? What the fuck? Right? God damn it! What? It's about time to put an end to this. She can't keep going on like this. She's still got plenty of years to live out. We can have empathy challenges, right? And what if she goes home? What if we're no longer there to keep her fears in line with what's real? What would she do then? I'm more afraid of her, for what kind of imagination will do to her, than of what some imaginary monster could. But with the manner she's looking at me right now, there's an expectation in it, a hope and a plea sewn together. She wants me to believe her this time. If it's like that, then what am I supposed to say now? What she wants to hear and what she needs to hear. Oh, I really do want her to believe her. And like, this is for Isabella, you know? Normally I want to ruin her relationships because she doesn't deserve Isabella, you know? Like, and like, truthfully, she doesn't even fucking believe this shit herself. She's just in one ear and out the other, dude, right? Like, let's all be honest, this again is very much like Rebecca, but I gotta watch a ghost like turn someone high and be like, nah, grow a backbone for her to tear it out. Wait, guys, you just take the wheel of this. Isabella needs a brave right. So we're gonna pick to believe her just because it's for Isabella, you know. I'm totally down to ruin Rebecca's relationships because she kind of fucking deserves Isabella, you know. First, I want to set her straight and reprimand isn't what she needs right now. But that pouty face she's giving me, I doubt it'll even end well if I push it. Whatever. I know her. When she wants to be stubborn, she's stubborn. But there are moments when she could be acquiescing too. Times when she'll be more accepting of what I tell her, despite her inclination to disagree with it. That talk can wait. In the meantime, I'll be the ear that listens to her without judging her, without criticizing her, despite my own opinions on it.
You should have called me.
He stares at me like I've grown another head and elaborates himself before I can stop myself.
There? I can't do that! What will you do? Hit her with a book? You'll be dead before that happens. And
That isn't what I'm talking about. After you got out, you should have phoned me. You didn't have to go to Zachary's.
Why does her mouth curl up? A sheepish smile, by general definition, but this is Isabella. Her smiles are never half-hearted, never lacks her high spirits. In spite of this, I know everything's going to be okay. Somehow. After all, she learned how to pick herself up long ago, long before we met.
oh, yeah. Sorry. I don't even remember how I ended up in Zach's place. I was in a hurry to get out of the office, and it was already late. Besides, I don't really think you'll believe me if I wake you up over something like that.
How come ghosts, like, know where you are, but, like, don't know exactly where you are, you know? Why do they only know, like, the rough radius? Like, you know?
That's beside the point. True or not, there are people who will always be concerned about you. There's Zachary, but he's the first person you went to, and you didn't tell him anything. You just slept there.
A good question, right? We got a brilliant cool time, I guess so. It's scary, that's a good point. That's a good point. They have like a faulty GPS, right? Like, they only know the rough area. Take a line of alien isolation. Yeah, fucking right, exactly. They have a present knowledge only, right?
There's Ashton too, and me. But how do you think I'll be able to explain to your aunt or your family if you suddenly disappeared? Think about that.
GPS ghost positioning system. Only if they're outside of a, like, 5-meter radius from you.
Right. I'll remember that next time.
All the time when you sit there scared, they just like, I swear it says they're right here. What the fuck, right? They just like bang something on there, like, come on! Some other ghosts tell us of your location just because they saw you first, right? Then she grins. Playful and mischievous, a preamble to an old banter. It's still not quite there, still not quite her usual self. But with that, I know we're bound to get her back soon.
Mom.
I told you not to call me that.
Send an elbow to her side for adding measure, but when laughter follows a familiar gesture, none of it is unexpected. This is what's comfortable. This is how we found an equal ground despite our stark differences. So, for the moment, I accept things as they are. Afterwards, a hush stretches out before us. For Isabella, this is rare. This isn't her. Yet, in this moment, as she feels with the edge of another paper near her, as she hugs her knees close to herself and lets a pensive expression linger on her, it feels strangely fitting. As if this is where everything's supposed to lead to if we allowed it long ago. Is it just me, or is it weird that like our highest friendship is with Isabella, who we constantly talk down about, and Ashton, who's our childhood friend, is like lower than 2 people, like lower than Zachary somehow. Like what? So I can say, at the moment I was looking by the sound of a door easing open, a voice begging some little piece.
How many times have I told you girls not to loiter around the hallway? It's noisy. Some people here are trying to sleep. Quiet down or go do your talking inside. I'm pinning a memo to your door the next time this happens. Millennials.
Sorry, we won't do it again.
You'd better.
Because Isabella starts gathering the mess she's made, carefully stacking them all in her arm. At a loss for what to do, I help her pick them, and for the first time I get a closer look at it. Completely unintentional, of course, but it catches my attention nevertheless, and a confused frown makes its way to my face. Why is she looking through this? Where was it? I looked at her for an explanation, but she immediately ignores the question in my eyes, takes the paper out of my hands and finishes cleaning up. Last thing she puts on top is a letter. The one she supposedly found in the mansion and was possibly the root cause of this odd behavior. I shared a questioning look for that too. All she gives me is a smile, in a halting tone so completely unlike her.
Becca, I'll find a way out of this. You guys don't have to worry about me.
It's really weird. I don't get why she would feel that closer, right? Maybe it's telling us they have a strong relationship, but like it doesn't seem that way. It really doesn't, right?
Anyways, I should go. I'll see you later.
Where are you going?
Getting myself some food. Don't wait for me.
Stella walks away before I can stop her. Before I can remind her, I brought food enough for 2 for us. Quickly disappears on the stairwell while I'm left standing in an empty hallway, holding 2 bags of takeout. One of them will go uneaten tonight. Just an innocent passing thought. One that I don't dwell much on as I head back to my room. I'll just call her. I ignore all of it in the same way I've assumed I won't ever encounter that douche again. Nice, I catch it now? The brief lull the past 2 days has offered is... The 2 days have offered is quite nice. It's nice, sorry, I don't know where I got quite from. It's nice while it lasted. Or as nice as it can get with worries of Isabella's whereabouts creeping up to me every now and then. Charlie showed up after that last talk we had in the hallway, and the dinner I bought has since been given to a different neighbor before it spoils. Why not just eat it the next day? By all means, there shouldn't be anything to lose sleep over. She's gone on work trips before, usually for a day or 2. This may simply be one of those. Although, it's often with a message saying exactly where. But is the door? No. Door? No, that she... No, she has ended our... No, she has ended our last chat with Nas.
Like an ugly premonition.
And as expected, just as things start to settle and a steady rhythm finally worms its way back to my routine, Thursday morning brings further disturbances to the now calm waters. A little ceremony, though still enough to ripple through everything. In retrospect, I really should have seen this coming. Luxembourg is a small city, relatively speaking, compared to, say, London or Glasgow. It's nothing but a tiny mass of land boasting a mere population of 68,000. That's small? Those numbers alone are nothing to scoff at when standing in a busy street. And if you pay close enough attention, faces taking the crosswalk or riding the subway will soon grow familiar. How unfortunate that that number has to be T.O. fucking Luke I encounter more than once.
Oh, you know, a few problems popping up here and there that the agents failed to tell us somehow. Nothing a few hired hands can't fix, of course. I would have preferred a place near the city and something that's new to save us all the trouble, but darling wife insisted. Who am I to say no?
You always say no, you dumb bitch.
Ah, are you kidding me?
His smug head is the first thing I see upon turning into the hallway, in spite of the small crowd of parents and students gathered at the corridor for the primary career day. It's not that he stands out. He's pretty unremarkable at first glance, frankly. However, it's his countenance that draws people's eyes to him. The manner he carries himself with all the confidence in the world, his mere presence dwarfing everything around him. I'm willing to make a bet he's also enjoying the attention it garners him, especially the ones coming from the woman.
What an ass.
Hey guys, he was so sleazy douche, right? Oh, his name was sleazy douche, right? How you doing, John? She bought it for you as a present, Luke, you ungrateful shit, right? Single glance at him, and I know immediately that, one way or another, if we ever bump into each other again, my day will effectively be ruined in some capacity. He also exudes that air. Sort that makes you want to run him over with a lorry and pass it off as an unfortunate accident. With him, it's either you want to punch him or let yourself be charmed. There's no in between. I'd like to do the honor of the forum myself, but alas, there are people around us. Now I'm stuck with having to face one of the two.
I shouldn't have volunteered.
At the time, helping out sounded a good idea. I had no classes left today until after lunch. I could have opted to stay at the teacher's lounge and work on my lesson plans, but that means being left alone with our deputy head and his chatter. He's a good man, but frivens he can talk anyone's ears off. So the moment an opportunity arose, I jumped on it. It's a simple task to boot. Just deliver a whole box of materials and a few posters for the event. Maybe stay around to assist if time will allow it. I just wasn't expecting him to show up here. Out of the frying pan and into the fire. Had I known, I would have stayed and suffered through our deputy's impromptu speeches about his life crisis instead. But what's done is done. Playing back is also out of the question. With how unexpectedly heavy the load I'm carrying is, I'd hate to lug this for a trip back just because my pride can't take another second of interaction with the guy. He's insufferable, alright, but I've had my fair share of dealings with teens of more or less the same temperament, all considerably younger than him, and they listened. If he wants to be difficult like that, like last time, so be it, but he can bet his sorry English ass I'm not standing down. Left with no other choice, I brace myself and suck in the breath, mustering every bit of patience I have as I step into the hall. My grip on the box tightens when I pull it closer to me, and attempt to assume a low-key air as I amble towards the room. The box is not big enough to hide my face, even with the stuff piled on top, but if all else fails, I can just hit him with it. So a small prayer forms in my head. If there's even one listening out there, please grant me enough restraint. Better yet, I hope he doesn't notice me at all. That'll definitely make my life easier. Seriously, how hard can it be? He's sitting a few ways from the doors, and there are plenty of people between us to use for cover. If I'm careful, I can just go in, hand in the super box to whoever's in charge, forget every plan of staying longer than necessary, and step out as soon as I can. Easy as pie. As luck would have it, the exact moment I reach the room's threshold, someone barrels towards me. She latches onto my waist before topping the sudden commotion with a gleeful squeal.
I knew it's you!
The force of it nearly throws me off balance, saying the items stacked atop the box, tilting dangerously to the sides. Thank you so much for keeping me hydrated. Thank you. Make sure the forward thinking in case she needs to beam him up, right? Hey, Eric, it's hell yeah! How you doing, Naruto? With the child's added weight at my waist pinning me on the spot and both of my hands occupied, watching is the only thing I'm able to do. The short seconds in between slows as everything gradually slides off the box's small surface. Under different circumstances, this would have made for a funny story some other time, comical even, until another set of hands reaches out and steadies the posters, threatening to take a nosedive right on the floor.
Oh, careful now, Daisy. Don't make a mess here.
Oh. I'm playing GTA, having. Oh, you have calzones! I haven't had calzones in forever! That's awesome! I love calzones, they're so good! Which GTA are you playing? My entire body freezes. Upon hearing his voice alone, an irrational impulse to hit him immediately bubbles up. But before my limbs can catch up with what my brain is currently screaming at me, he moves to take the burden off my hands. Irration gives way to surprise. Calzones are the shit, right? Surprise! Pretty relieved? Absolutely. How you doing, Lane? Then, confusion. Yep. It is in that moment when instinct finally kicks in and I tug the box closer to me before he can fully lift it off.
What are you doing?
Surprise! How you doing, Cat?
What does it look like? You're surprisingly slow on the uptake for someone of your profession, aren't you? Bloody, doesn't this school have people for this kind of work? So much for being a center of academic excellence.
I'm going to ignore that slight to my alma mater and my work, because that's not what I'm trying to get at. You know what? Why don't we just rephrase that to something you'll easily understand? Why exactly are you doing this?
Well, you look like you could use a bit of help. Have you seen your face while you were heaving this around?
Mister, I'm pretty sure if there's ever a look on my face, it's entirely because I saw something extremely unpleasant this morning.
Damn! Hey, just counting the days to the payday. Having a nice, very nice. I'm good. Thank you for asking. Just trying to finish up this game so I can take some days off of gym and stuff, you know, because I've been doing a lot. But I'm so glad you're doing great. Heck yeah! I hope the payday comes soon. Do you have anything planned for your payday? I'm gonna sleep easy. I'll let you know how. I'm gonna get fucked tomorrow. And he said, hell yeah! Let me know. You know, I'm sure you're gonna do great. But get some good sleep. You deserve it. Apprentice, no, just me. I'm more sleep well. Thank you so much, Heaven. Thank you. You got this. So, ganbatte.
Aren't you a ball of sunshine today, Daisy? Having a bad day, aren't we?
You make my day bad.
Oh, you have no idea.
I'd put it away if I were you. You might scare the children.
You don't have to worry about that. This isn't my department. I was just asked to bring these. Anyway, I can handle this myself, mister. The room's just right over there. Behind you, in fact. Now, if you could please move over and make way, it would do the whole world some good.
He might play solid throughout as a miracle in itself, but regardless how polite my request is, he doesn't budge. Did what I just said merely fly over his head? Were my choice of words really that difficult to comprehend? Surely it shouldn't be that hard. I think he might be a little touched in the head. I'd like to ask him that, actually, but Kylie chooses instant to pipe in.
Don't worry, Miss Pink. Tio's strong. You can leave this to him.
I see a $490 for $600. $600 lightsaber, the dolly picture, which is the final. Oh hell yeah! $490 sounds fancy though. I probably need to get a new graphics card sometime.
My papa does it lots of times, but I'm not allowed to talk about it to anyone.
Wait, what? Lots of times I'm not allowed to talk about it to anyone? What?
Tio says it's
Confidential, Munchkin.
Well, are they like smuggling shit? There you go, easy be a Kase, right? I don't like the sound of that one either.
That's right. Tio's smart, isn't he, Miss Pink?
I still have the opinion that he's a piece of shit, but I must admit, his goddaughter's excitement is contagious as always. Smile makes its way to my lips. Gangy Poo! Gangy, how you doing tonight? How was your something P, right? Something P? How you doing? Baby, it's my little girl. Yeah, so I press the button again. Hi, Napster. Hi, Key. Hi, Outcast. How are you guys? What was the thing? What was the thing you were playing today? But you guys gotta check out Gangy. Make sure you check out Gangy. He's awesome, wonderful. He's a beautiful cover girl. And we gotta play TCM sometime soon. Right, Liza P. There you go. I got just a lot there. Nice. Is it a spooky game? Because I've been seeing a few people play that shit. I'm just like, oh, it's probably for the spooky months, I'd imagine. Get the bashing replaced, though. To be honest, I'm starting to lose some feeling on my stomach with how tightly she's wound her arms around it.
I'm sure he is, Kylie.
John's
But I'm
hair is
also
spooky.
sure he'll find better use for it elsewhere.
John's hair is spooky. He has hair now. But Gangy's my favorite bald man. You can't have hair. How you doing, Speedwagon? It's a Souls game, but in a dystopian Pinocchio world where the puppets turn murders. What? Wait, that actually sounds so cool. What the hell? I definitely gotta check that shit out. This is fire. Oh no. Good night, Napster. Thank you so much for stopping. No, sleep well. Get some good rest. I hope your fever. Oh my god, your fever is okay. And you have a way to go next week. A special haircut goal for after that. So big balls soon. Yes. That's awesome though. How's your puppy doing, by the way? Oh, buddy, 1 over MK, 1 over life of small P. 1 sec, I made it do. Oh my god, your little sexy shout out. There we go. Make sure you guys check out Kenny.
Like helping you out.
Oh, well, that's one thing, but
Crazy me, he's a little gray right now for being too tired. Aw, yeah.
You heard the kid.
no one's asking you.
Oh, you wound me, woman.
And I'm quite certain I can do more damage than that.
Chill.
Shall we give it a try? Again?
I'll kick your penis. He pales, stares for a bit, until he ultimately decides against saying anything and settles for a brief show of discomfort instead. Despite having flashbacks over the last time we met. His composure, when he finally regains some of the bearings, says it all. It's nothing short of hilarious if I do say so myself.
I'll have you know that threats never work on me, Daisy. Not in a million years, not ever.
You're assuming it's a threat. How cute.
That too. I'm not scared of you. Just because you landed a hit.
Do go on. Keep telling yourself that.
It was a fluke, you hear?
A Luke fluke? Oh!
I was caught off guard and your damn book left a dent. If I end up in a hospital because of what you did, I'm sending the chief of Luxburn Police after you, woman.
You don't say.
Just give me that bloody box.
Snatches out of my eyes before a single word of protest exits my mouth and quickly disappears behind the classroom. Not that it matters who brings it in now. My prior irritation is already melted into amusement. He's not so bad once you figure out how his temperament works. Somewhat similar to a child. I don't like that she's getting along with him, you know? Yeah. Though I still have to ask.
Kylie, did your Tio eat something bad before coming here? He's unusually nice today.
A far-fetched idea, I know, but it's the only reason I can think of why this arsehole is suddenly acting like a decent human he's, quite frankly, far from being. First and foremost, we didn't end our last meeting on a good note. If I were him, I'd avoid the very person who put a dent on my skull, as he so aptly put it. Why is he acting friendly 2 days later?
He always is. But I made him promise to be extra nice to you since you helped me so much.
Aww. Hey, boo, I'm gonna lick. Say I haven't had dinner yet. I can't look like Teacher Callie if I can say that shoe. Thank you so much again for the rating. Thank you such a lick. I appreciate it. Thank you. Have fun with your dinner, and I'll see you around. And make sure you guys check out Kenny. He's lovely. Tell the dog yes and hi. And a calzone for dinner. Nice, your calzones are delicious. What kind of calzone was in your calzone?
I think you're gonna be great friends.
I quickly stomp on the urge to grill loudly or gag at that. He's the last person I ever wanted to be chummed. I almost said cummy. Oh my god. He's the last person I ever want to be cummy with in this whole city. But Kylie doesn't need to know that.
Are you sure it's not something he ate during breakfast?
Oh no.
I gave him some jelly babies this morning.
Yay, jelly babies!
Really brought me lots of them. Mama said I should share, so I offered half of it to Tio when he picked me up. He likes the black ones.
Really, honey? That's not what I heard. Sweet! It does it, right?
Oh, that's probably why he's weird. Jelly baby overdose.
He could have done everyone a favor and choked on them while he's at it.
Do you want some? I've got more. I couldn't find Melody or Takanko this morning, but I'm sure they'll be fine sharing some of it with you.
No, I'm not really very fond of them. I was just asking. Oh, where's your mum, by the way?
Out of town with Papa.
An unexpected pang hits me at her words. The statement, though it is enough, unearths a whole chunk of memories from childhood, so eerily familiar. I spent eating dinners alone, a number of days coming home to an empty house, growing with each passing year. Sometimes several Christmas Eves spent with relatives instead of my own family. It's too late to think about it now, but when I remember, the dull ache is still there. Familiar, though lessened by the years now. Beside me, Kelly takes a step back, having gotten tired of clinging to me. There's nothing but cheer in her. She doesn't seem too affected by the fact. Although, it makes me wonder how much of it is real, and how much is there to mask the loneliness, if there's even one. What a lucky child.
Weren't they informed of career day beforehand?
Your voice acting? Sounds just like her. It's confusing. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I told them all about it. My mom was looking forward to it.
And they still left?
Uh-huh. It's important business, so it can't be helped. They promised to tell me about it when they come back tomorrow, though. Papa said he'll give me a gift if I behave. I've been a good girl, right, Miss Pink?
You always are. But they asked that they asked your Tio to look after you? For this?
Nope, they didn't.
No? Then how?
It was supposed to be Tia. Mama likes her better than Tio, so she asked her, but she's sick and had to visit the doctor today. Oh, that's supposed to be a secret, by the way.
Wait.
Oh, but I think it's a bit confusing because Tio said she also went shopping.
Wait, Tia's sick and went to the doctor's. Oh my god, is it Rochelle? Is the Tia? Oh my god! Sorry, it's Guy, right? Oh, it's Tia. She's sick. Had a visit. Oh my god. Oh my god. What the boy?
That's unfair. Don't you think so, Miss Pink? My mom doesn't allow me to go out when I'm sick. It's still okay, though, since Tio always buys me sweets before we go home.
Poor Guy, right?
I'm gonna ask for a parfait today. Extra large. Don't doubt the cockle, okay?
Listen to her like this. It's easy to get a picture where Kylie's fondness for the guy comes from. She's far from a demanding child, unless he made a promise of some sort. She never forgets those. She'll make friends with anyone wherever she is. Buy her a few things and voila, you're settled. No wonder she's so attached to the man. The douche probably showers her with gifts whenever he can. Can't say if the sentiment's the same for the latter, however. He doesn't seem the type, and probably just does it for the sake of getting some peace and quiet whenever he's with a girl. Classic techniques.
But before that, I'm gonna show him to everyone first. It's gonna be great! No one else has a gazillionaire fairy godfather. Also, when I grow up, I'm gonna be exactly like him and marry someone really handsome. Like Tia did. That way, I can be awesome too.
There's some sort of misguided logic in there that I'd like to correct. Before I can say my piece, douchebag steps in, fresh out of the commotion from the classroom behind us, and plows into the conversation with every subtlety a wrecking ball has. No shy tea given, despite no one asking for his opinion.
Munchkin, sweetie, trust me. You don't have to marry someone for that to happen.
I don't?
Just do your thing, darling. I'm quite sure you can do great things on your own without lugging around an extra baggage with you.
Damn, that better not be how he feels about Hannah. They're gonna have a problem.
Tia married you.
Wait, isn't married. Wait. Kelly tries to save him without any sort of preface, and the moment it lands, the douche finds himself grappling with the conversation.
Yeah, well, that's...
Oh, shit.
That's true, Munchkin, technically.
What is about it, right? Wait, so assuming Tia is Rochelle, she thinks they're married?
But it's not the same thing.
So it finally creases the girl's eyebrows as she tried to comprehend her Tia's rather vague explanation. It's not surprising either when Luke tenses under the child's questioning gaze. It's familiar. I've seen the same look a great deal of times before. On Ashton, whenever he's trying to say something he can't quite phrase. Another second passes before the douche moves, kneeling in front of Kylie and placing both his hands on either side of her shoulder. Kind kind is the last word I'll ever use to describe the man. But in this minute, there's a smile on his face I can't place. Tender by all means for someone as obnoxious as him. It's a curious thing to see, if not a bit odd.
Listen here, sweetie. Tia was already a great person before she met me.
She is? But I don't see her doing anything. She's always at home.
God, I can't tell who she's referring to.
Not always, Munchkin. Did you know she's really good at numbers?
Okay, now she's really talking about... Oh, God. It seems like they are talking about Hannah now, but like, Hannah got sick and went to the doctor? Right, this has to be Hannah now, but the other one definitely seems like Michelle.
You're good with them too. You helped me with my homework once.
Well, Tia's much, much better than me. She used to do maths with big numbers.
Oh, like millions?
Yeah, they say because of that. Oh, maybe. Are we at that point? That she found the pendant?
No.
That's gotta be what it is, maybe.
Gazillions. And she's really, really good at it. So much so that her dad let her manage anything that had to do with it.
It's really nice hearing him talk about Hannah, not gonna lie. How do I get the time? Is it right?
That was even before she met me, too.
Does that mean she's better than you?
Yes.
Oh, leagues, Munchkin.
Aww, okay. I do appreciate the way he talks about Hannah. Yes. Iki, how you doing tonight? Any possible? Yes, right?
Way better than I'll ever be.
Oh, at least he knows. Like that, not bad. Oh, nice. How you liking it? If you guys want to check out Iki, by the way, make sure to check him out. Get lots of lovers. Have some wonderful. He's a beautiful girl. But for some reason, I don't think he's still talking about his wife's mathematical prowess as his voice trails off. In fact, if I had not been paying closer attention, I wouldn't have noticed the change in him. A slight shift in his smile from one that's tender to something wistful, like remembering a memory he has always been fond of but has often kept himself. Hello, Wolf Knight. How you doing tonight? Oh, thank you so much for the picky. Thank you. Oh, did you get your walking treadmill as well, Iki? Because I was looking into them, and I'm going to try to save for that. I think that's going to be my next purchase. And at the fleeting glance of it, a tiny, insignificant part of the world somehow also shifts. The gears have to put together. This isn't thick, but it can hold 280 pounds. Okay, nice. Hey, I'm so glad to see you. I'm always glad to see you too. I'm so glad you're doing great. That makes me happy here. Hey, did I say that up to my made my desk and my chair? Oh, nice. Hell yeah. Hopefully, let me know how big it is, because I probably have room somewhere behind me. Let me know how heavy it is actually, because I'll probably want to move it around and such when I'm not using it on my desk. It's changing, impressions moving.
You know what? Why don't you ask Tia next time you have homework,
Okay, next time I'll ask her to help out.
See? No need to marry a good-for-nothing bloke.
Can I also tell her to not stay at home anymore? If Tia's good at it, I'm sure she can help you out too. I'm Papa.
You can do wonderful things. That's even better.
He computes a lot of numbers too. Tia can help him.
You go do that. I'm sure she'll love to hear it, Munchkin, even if it's been a while since.
Papa! Ellie signs from him, then without missing a beat, he turns Kylie around and lightly pats her shoulder in a gesture to end the conversation right here and there. Probably before he can say other things he's never intended to say or a child is not meant to hear.
But off you go first. I think I saw your friend run off to the other classroom. The one with the pigtails? Go say hi to her. You still have those jelly babies to give her, yes?
Aww. Another raid? What? Golly, man! How you doing today, man? Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you so much for those heroes, Wolf. I know you're doing more of the aliens tonight. How was that? How's it going? If you guys haven't checked out Rad, make sure you check him out. Give him lots of likes. Awesome, wonderful, easy peasy, beautiful cover girls. They British, are they British? Yeah, they are. It was really refreshing but fun. Oh, nice! I'm glad you're still having fun. That's the important part. How long is that game? I know you've been playing it for like a few days now, right?
Alright! But wait for me, okay? I've got loads more to show you. They put up my drawing on the bulletin the other day. I'm gonna take you there later.
Aw, you're getting near the end now. Oh, nice!
I'll be back.
She soon disappears behind the small crowd, none the wiser to the sudden change in mood around her. Luke strains as soon as she's gone. The expression on his face grows less kind now that there's no one to reassure. Despite that, a chuckle still escapes me. His head quickly snaps at me, an accusing glare clear in his eyes. Although, it's not threatening now, considering that what I witnessed earlier. Little bubbles? Oh, nice! Blowing bubbles is always really fun. My one thing is, like, you know the bubble ones when you have, like, the tube ones? It always sucks when they get, like, super, like frothy. And it's, like, impossible to make the bubbles anymore. I've always wanted one of those, like, bubble guns, you know? The ones that, like, automatically blow the bubbles. Funny how one person's impression of someone can easily change with that minute detail.
Why are you
Minute
laughing
detail,
like
sorry.
that?
Don't mind me. I just saw something surprising today. Don't let it bother you.
You know, putting it like that won't make me any less inclined to ask. What is it, woman? If this is another one of your threats, I've already told you it isn't going to work on me. That good teacher act isn't going to fool anyone.
What makes you think it has to do with you? I could have just remembered something funny. Not everything in this world revolves around you, mister.
Damn, tell!
I am not daft, Daisy. It's on your face for all the world to see. Now, say it so we can be done with this stupid talk.
Well, another laugh. More delayed than to express any sort of amusement over the matter. And she, I don't know where to start. One wrong move, one wrong word, I might offend the man. He shows enough for that, even if what I'm about to say are just mere honest observations. I feel like he'd like that you're good at handling her. You really think that? I just feel like you really think that. Yep, you hear that noise. It's an honest question, because no matter how much I turn it around inside my head, the gap between the man sitting in front of me and the idea I have of him just won't connect. Not that the gesture will go a long way with him, Jesus. Something in his demeanor tells me he's definitely not the kind of man who readily accepts such when they are given to him. Rather, he feels entitled to it from the get-go. So long as you're standing in front of him, expects it to be there, demands for it when he cannot see it in you. And after all those insults we've hurled at each other, I don't think it'll matter much to him if I point out the ugly shoes or brandish it to his face. As expected, it doesn't throw him off in the least, and he merely raises a questioning brow at me. Where's that? Where he's going? The party thing goes, like bullet giant buzz, so cool, nice!
About what?
About what you told Kylie. And don't you think she's a bit too young for that kind of talk?
Kylie's 6, Daisy, not an infant who still needs help changing her nappy. At her age, she can already handle more than that. Besides, it's better to nip this whole thing at the bud. You know, before she starts thinking that a man's ego defines her self-worth.
Damn.
I certainly don't need someone else to define me. Why should any godchild of mine do?
You know, I really agree with him right now, and I hate that.
So, do I really think that? Yes. Yes, very much so. Why shouldn't I?
All right, I get it. I'm sorry. You just didn't seem the type to me.
I've been tempted to end the conversation right there and simply go my way. I no longer have any business here, and our deputy principal's stories sound more enticing the longer I stand here. With the manner Luke's almost ranting, I have a feeling this won't end if I say more. Thank you so much for keeping me hydrated. Thank you. I've been the worst person you know just made a great point, fucking right. Though thinking about it, I should have let the second he has taken the box from me. Actually, he doesn't get the hint.
The type. And what, pray tell, would my type be according to your standards, woman?
The sort I'd happily bury alive.
Damn.
Well, would you look at what's coming out of those pretty little lips? Watch the language, Daisy. You're supposed to be teaching children. What would ever happen to this nation?
You know what I mean.
Oh, and you somehow find that tidbit funny.
A little, I admit. That sort of wisdom is the last thing I expected to come from you. I mean, look at yourself. Pampered and pompous to the last hair. You've probably never been to this side of Luxborn until a few days ago.
Daisy, just because I'm dressed miles better than the average bloke you see every day, doesn't mean I'm incapable of thinking on your level.
Damn.
Actually, I'm all surprised we aren't on the same page on this.
I don't know who to fucking root for right now.
I expected better from someone with enough balls to hit a random stranger with a bloody book. In public, mind you. Someone my goddaughter looks up to, even. Guess you can't have everything in this world,
Well, of course I'm...
Oh, I get it. Running on presupposed notions, aren't we? My, what a dangerous thing to practice for a teacher.
It doesn't have anything to do with...
What is it this time, I wonder? Oh, I don't say it, let me guess. What do those random gossips in this bloody city usually say? Oh, right. You probably think I'd go with clingy, spoiled kind, didn't you?
What? Where does that... How did you even come to that conclusion?
Oh, don't lie to me now, Daisy. But just so we're clear, if I wanted an arm decor, I'd have gone with the first brainless munter I picked up on the streets. I have standards, you know.
I haven't even said a word. I was just asking what you thought of it.
Oh, but you were thinking about it or else you wouldn't have asked. Might as well get it out of the way,
You are impossible.
So they say. Tell me something I didn't know, Daisy.
You... I really have no idea how anyone would have a brain can put up with you. Let me speak with your wife sometime. I'd love to ask her.
That last remark just came out. There might be a sliver of truth in it, but I shouldn't have phrased it like that. Even for my listeners or the kind of person I'm talking to, it's still quite rude. Hey, Fancies! I think I talked about this before, that, you know, eventually people that I hang out become friends. But, you know, it's not something to be rushed or anything, so I'm sure eventually, you know, hanging out after a bit is possible, definitely. And there's some characters that aren't so cut and dry, right? Very true, very true. Thank you so much, lovely shit. Thank you. My apology is already on my throat, but the minute I open my mouth, all of what I prepared myself to say dissipates. That's in the moment in front of me. He has turned gears outside, staring at some point past the buildings, blocking the view of the sky, equally lost in his thoughts. He's a vexing man under so many standards. However, in this moment, the morning light streaming from the window lends his features a certain air. Softer, less severe than what he often flaunts. I might as well be looking at a different man. There's a tender note in his voice when he finds it. The words mutter under his breath, not intended for anyone but himself. Nevertheless, it reaches my ears, unintentional as it may be.
You're right.
Aww.
She deserves someone far better than me.
Damn. All that talk about self-worth making some sense now. It isn't some profound knowledge he pulled out of his ass. It has come about because he's already been there, likely still stuck in the middle of it. Teaching about your own personal experience is easier after all. Less room for mistakes, more for a dose of self-loathing. But a complicated man. Just when you thought you've already figured it out, he does one thing and says the other. People like him are the most difficult to gauge, far harder to understand. Yet, it might be exactly for this reason why some are so easily charmed by him. It's a mystery that catches them, of wanting to find out what underneath that bravado. I won't count myself among those, yet. Yet, his winning personality isn't exactly my cup of tea. Right? Sometimes, once you get a glimpse of what's beyond the machismo, empathizing with the man isn't such a steep hill to climb. The comfortable silence we now share tells anything. If the comfortable silence we now share tells anything, that is, perhaps this is as close to friendship as we could get. Several insults flung around with a few shared silences in between, and It's not exactly a bad thing. Excuse me. He's not exactly a bad guy either, despite the awkward start we've had. Maybe it's for this reason that I can't resist throwing in a little comment to lift his mood before leaving him.
You know, Luke, you're not such a bad person.
Is that supposed to make me feel better? I'm touched, Daisy.
Take it how you will, but a little attitude change would help. A lot.
Oh, bollocks. Right, of course. Let me know when you're done with your lecture, ma'am.
And you can probably start by not leaving your wife out while you're having some quality time with your goddaughter. Who knows? Maybe that'll help change how the child sees her.
Where did you even get the idea I'm leaving my wife out? Have you ever even met?
No, but I did see her with you two last time.
Oh shit. His indifferent expression quickly dissolves into a confused scowl, while I meet it with matching perplexity. It's only been 2 days, surely his memory isn't that bad.
What? When was this?
At the cafe, after you left. She was sitting right beside you. Kylie was at the back and you were driving.
Daisy, are you sure you haven't accidentally hit yourself with your own book? Because that damn thing's quite thick, and I'm really getting worried about you. It has only been a few days, and concussions can be dangerous. I suggest you have that checked.
Well, you asked. I just answered. It's pretty rude to make her wait like that, by the way.
How can I make her wait when she's not even with us?
What?
It was just Kylie and I that night.
Now you're just pulling my leg.
Luke exhales long and drawn out. His impatience rapidly changes the companionable air around us. In the face of it, I tense. I've accidentally stepped into another minefield. Any chat I've had with him so far has been like this. Why this still surprises me, escapes me, but above my worries of offending the man is my own bewilderment. I remember well enough what I saw that night, yet he said something completely different. That feels weird. Objection! Thank you so much for keeping the chat hydrated. Thank you. Make sure you guys get some water inside.
Wifey was out with Kylie's mummy that night. She wasn't with us. How do you think I ended up on babysitting duty?
But in the front seat. And Kylie's...
Big! Oh no! Kylie saw us each other's ears first, and then her familiar wave returns to my waist again. Hot tears see through my blouse as she buries her face in it, her eyes winding tightly around me. Luke and I briefly exchange worried glances, his own lips shut tight with concern. Her cries are soft enough not to attract much attention. Most of the visitors have been ushered inside the rooms by now anyways. Those who still linger, though, watches our little group with great interest and concern. If I don't get a better handle of the situation, I have a feeling Luke will start yelling at everyone soon. Kneeling, I gently put the girl away from me, cupping her face and wiping away her tears, hitting little trails on her cheeks. Her mouth is drawn in a miserable pout when she peers up at me.
All right, Kylie, calm down. What happened?
It's my friend.
That's a little too vague, Munchkin.
Let her speak, Luke. Who is it, Kylie? Melody? Or was it the other one?
Yeah.
Did the two of you fight?
She nods and immediately clams up after, letting herself communicate the story instead, as much as her shaking shoulders can tell me. Right behind me, Luke gives a nervous huff while he shifts on his feet. He must not be used to handling children crying. What a wuss.
Sweetie, I won't be able to help you if you don't tell me what happened.
Seconds pass before she responds again. The tears are already gone when she finally musters the strength to talk, her cries subsiding to mere sniffles.
I wanted to give her the rest of the jelly babies, but she won't come out.
Won't come out? What?
Where? Where is she?
What?
In the little girl's room.
Is she still there?
I don't...
Lucy was wrong. I kept asking her, but she told me to go away.
I don't like this.
Career Day's going to start soon. I saw the prizes Miss Alice will give us for good. She's gonna miss it.
Hi, Lollipop. How you doing that? This sounds sketchy, right?
Is that what you told her?
Oh god, the bathroom always holds evil. Thank you so much, Titty B. Thank you, Lolly. And butt check. This is a butt check, Lolly. Make sure you guys say this is nice. What was a good adjective here?
Yeah, she won't listen.
Jelly. There's some jelly.
After I saved it for her, too.
So much like Blue, you think so? It's going in a spooky direction, right? That's not good.
Tio Luke wanted to eat the red ones, but I told him it's not for him.
I told him it's not for him. Yeah, I can see that.
Miss Pink, can you talk to her? Tell her to come out, and I'm really upset with her.
It's a little childish argument then. Times like this encourage teenagers mature enough for petty squabbles. I do love being around children, won't mind having one or two of my own in the future, but it takes a whole different level of patience to teach several of them. I honestly admire my colleagues who willingly took the challenge. Normally, I'll leave this for their homeroom teachers to fix, but I can't just ignore the imploring look she shoots me. It's another weakness that's another weakness I'll have to steel myself against if I ever think of having one of my own. For now, I give in to it.
Okay, tell me where she is, sweetie.
Sighing, I stand up and gesture for her to lead the way. Luke trails quietly behind me. Sigh. Even with the small distance in between, his apprehension is palpable, understandably so. No one wants to be caught in the middle of a children's spot. But in the end, this is all just a part of my job. I can't just shy away from it, can I? Kylie escorts us to an adjacent hall. At this side, the corridors and the rooms lining its sides are empty. Save for the gentle rustling of leaves, the twittering of birds outside, and the tapping of our foot against the floor, the whole area stays eerily quiet. Not unusual, though. This is a part of the building reserved for club activities at the end of the school day, and with the rest of the school busy with another event, it's only natural for it to be this deserted. Come afternoon, right after class, it'll once again be filled with people. For the time being, I focus on the toilets at the far end, heading straight for it. Nick stays behind, opting to wait for the end of the drama of the shaman instead, honestly not wanting to deal with another person's kid. Meanwhile, Kylie follows right after me, unusually silent as we approach the ladies' room. Sometime before we made the turn down the hallway, she had stopped sniffling and started singing a tune at her, but no.
London
God damn it.
Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling
Why
down.
did the bracelet calm herself?
fair
Why does
lady.
it sound a little deeper this time? Or maybe this is her way of preparing to pull her friend out of her sulk. Certainly reminds me of another person. I make no remarks on it, however. Not to say I nope. It's all part of growing up, they say. Let her learn. Very slightly ajar when we get to it, and from inside, the sounds of a girl like a weakly, barely audible, even in this kind of hush. Oh God. Turns out Kylie is not the only one upset about this. Despite the situation, a smile forms on my lips as I call out to her friend.
Hello? Hello there? You're Kylie's friend, aren't you?
No.
Melody, is it? She's looking for you.
Children can be so amusing sometimes. Granted, they can be exasperating, especially around this age, but the endearing things about them outweigh those. All you need is enough level of patience.
Career day's about to start, too. You'll have to come out, or you're going to be really late for it. Miss Alice won't be happy if one of her kids isn't there. I heard she brought little gifts for everyone who'll behave.
Ooh.
Don't you want to receive one?
However, her cries show no signs of abating. They only grow louder. Not close to a whale. Alarming regardless.
Are you okay?
But where it's saying, it sounds almost like she's in some kind of pain, and it's not impossible. They do that at times, hiding what ails them for fear of a reprimand. If it's like that, coaxing her out might be useless. Also, it makes sense why she chose the room furthest from the classroom. There's no time. I gesture for Kylie to wait and amble towards the door, calmly so I don't alarm her. At the time, a distinct sense of deja vu hits me. I've been in this position before. Behind a door was someone crying on the other side. My calls ignored as the cries grew into a wail. Just this past week, actually. Even so, being in the same situation before doesn't bring any comfort. I'm playing up for the child beside me. There's a thick undercurrent of worry trickling into my stomach. I take one last breath when I nudge open the door. It all happens in a span of a second. I don't make it past 2 steps into the room. Her cries abruptly stop. Light footsteps shuffle behind me, coming to a halt at the door. My heart skips a beat, and when I turn...
Kylie?
Oh gosh.
Miss Pink? Miss Pink, why didn't you help her?
Oh, alright. My whole body becomes motionless at the sight of her. Words catching in my throat and heart pounding rapidly against my chest. Oh, fuck. This is Kylie, I'm sure of it. Yet nothing in the manner she speaks, or the way she tilts her head in question carries the youthful, innocent vibe she always brings in herself. Right? The character is going to change against it. Oh, you think so? As if I'm merely looking at a dead, hollow imitation of the child.
Can't you hear her? She's asking for your help.
But it's not those that trigger memory. It's those chilling eyes, calling, beckoning.
Why won't you listen to her?
All at once, a memory returns to me. A tide that has receded and now returns to shore with an overwhelming force, carrying images of a single moment from days ago, of a world passing by in a blur and of features I could barely discern under the little light there was. Not even a week has passed. In this minute, while I keep my eyes trained on the child before me, I return with such unbearable clarities. I feel like you could probably just beat it up. There are no horrid wounds this time, no blood streaming down a pale face. Thank heavens. His lips contorted into a small twisted smile. They brim with venom. With venom I never expected to ever see in a child. Suddenly tiny pinpricks of dread crawling up my limbs and winding up my neck.
You're a bad person. People like you deserve to die.
Jesus Christ. Can't breathe. Those whistles and laughters again. Judging, mocking, taunting. Each scathing word ringing sharp and true against my ears. My throat closes in. My whole body tenses. A chill settles at the tips of my fingers. Every digit gone rigid from the cold. Every digit gone rigid. Yo, every digit gone rigid. Yo. Sorry. Hey, the fuck, right? It's actually terrifying, right? With every single draw of breath, any struggle for air or freedom, the coils wrapped around my body, tightening, dragging me down. A gradual, torturous descent into another bottomless abyss. On and on and on, till I lose touch with myself and the world.
Help me!
Until darkness claims me and, unexpectedly, a note. In the distance, harsh and piercing, cutting through the thick stupor and shining the haze without
Are you
warning.
ladies done with your business here? I don't have all morning to wait for you two.
My eyes slap open and the world shakes into place with a ragged gasp. When I glance up, a different set of eyes greets me.
Are you okay, Miss Pink?
Oh, thank God. Save your eyes, thank you! No anger, no vile hatred in them. Just plain, sincere concern. Bit by bit, I become aware of my surroundings and myself as warmth steadily slips back into me. I've reached out for the nearby counter to steady myself at some point, and my knuckles have gone white from how rigid my grip on it is. It's over now, yet the tension hasn't left my body. My heart still hammers hard against my chest in an erratic rhythm. My breathing still comes in short, shallow bursts. Before me, Kylie fumbles with her hands, utterly unsure of what to do to an adult. In what's possibly a laughable state.
Did you get sick? I'll call Tio, okay? Stay here and don't move.
No. No need. Just leave me alone.
Tio will know how to fix you. Oh, wait, okay?
Wish I could speak reassurance to her, but I can't shake it off. The dread is there, twisting at my insides in anticipation. Of what? I'm no longer sure. Pushing myself off the counter, I break into a run, flushing out the anxious look Kylie gives me when I gently push her away on my way out, or the furrow and licks brows when I stumble into him outside. Whatever they both saw on my face, I care not to know. Bloody hell, I don't even understand what's happening anymore. The tremors continue long after the last of my classes have ended. Although none of my students have commented on it, I've kind of used sharing anxious glances every time a pen slips from my hand. Slips from my hand. Or my shoulders tense when I recalled. How unusual it must be for them to see the normally composed mosquitoes become a bundle of nerves. Even the most boisterous ones have given me less grief today. You think being on my fourth cup of tea would provide any sort of comfort? Oh, it's probably hyped up on caffeine right now. Or is this the fifth? Yeah, why does counting matter now? The fact that I can't easily shake it off this time should tell me something. The last time this happened, I passed it off as some lapse in my part. After after having been sick the week before.
And it is a natural conclusion.
Those are just stories. It's centuries-old lore passed by the locals to keep children in line. What place doesn't have those? One of my Don's books even went as far as to describe them as a strong part of Isabella's culture. Tree giants, women who feed on unborn children, shape from a mother's womb, or hell, there's even that one story about a demon baby. All folklore that never had a smidgen of truth in it was probably told to scout the news there back in the old days, much like every other one in every other place. The world is more universal than people care to think. But looking at it from where I'm standing now, after staring right into the eyes of that woman, after all the things I've been hearing and feeling, perhaps there's really more to that bloody letter than some awful Halloween prank.
Perhaps Isabella's right all along.
Fucking finally! Terrible thing if chill, though that thought doesn't linger long, thankfully. Soon the ringing of my mobile takes my attention away from it. An unfamiliar name flashes before me once the screen lights up, and my brows knit together. Why do you have a profile picture already? Marianne McCulloch. Staring hard at the screen, I try to remember when I've entered this person on my contact list. Takes a moment, but then when it clicks, my eyes goes in on the book lying wide open on my table. Loaned out from the library almost a week ago. I met the woman there by sheer coincidence, a fellow history buff, apparently. We're after the same book, but in the end, she's given it to me under the condition that I call her once I'm done. To be honest, I've clearly forgotten about it until now, and, well, I haven't really taken a peek at it until today. Normally, I'd be done with the whole volume of this size a few days after taking it out, though one or two, depending on how busy I am. But finding a chance to sit down and read through it has been more difficult lately than I anticipated. One moment, I'm busy simply greeting where she's attending a movie premiere the next. Then someone suddenly invited me out for one reason or another. They say her friend stopped showing up in her flat right after reports pop up in the local news. Simply isn't enough time to breathe and get a grip on things. I have been flipping through the pages of the said book moments ago, though never really reading anything, merely hoping for a distraction. No avail. My phone gives out another ring, and this time I do not hesitate to answer.
Marianne?
Hello! Here I was starting to wonder if it was a bad time to call. Is it?
No, not at all. I dismissed my last class a few minutes ago. I'm pretty much free for the rest of the afternoon.
Please, so you're almost dying, right? Oh, just several near death she's hey, Rebecca.
Unless something comes up. Is this about last time? The book?
Not really. I was hoping to ask you about some other thing.
Oh, sure. What about?
You grew up in this city, didn't you?
Oh, is she gonna ask about the mansion? It's a peculiar question to ask someone you just met, but I answered nevertheless. I'm more curious where she's heading with this by starting with that.
Born and raised, third-generation migrant. Why do you ask?
So, you must be familiar with the local lore. The, stories?
Quite. If I'm going to teach about history, I'd like to think I am, yeah? But a family friend would be a better person to ask. If you want, I can contact him for you.
No, let's just keep this thing between us, okay? It's nothing too big. Alright. I really don't know how else to put this without sounding a bit crazy. But things have been really, odd. Do you remember the mansion I mentioned back when we met? My current project?
Hindsight, I should have accepted it'll lead to this. She must not have lived here long if she's just asking about this now. It did take a week with Isabella when she arrived, but that's Isabella, superstitious down to the last hair. Though it won't be too far off to think Marianne has only started thinking about this recently. She's working on the damn house itself. I must admit, even I'm curious now, despite living here for so many years and having so many chances to look it up before.
The Ermengarde Mansion, yes?
Yes, that one. And, the thing is, oh dear, this is a bad idea. You know what? Just forget I ever called you about this. It must have been the sunny weather. It's making me sick and see stupid things.
See things?
No, wait. It's all right. I don't mind.
There's a moment's pause before she responds again. She's right in that this is a silly thing to talk about, especially between what I assume two people who are pretty grounded on their beliefs in regards to these things. They're still thinking this is silly? I won't blame her if she hesitates.
I can't believe I'm asking you about this.
It's fine. Why don't you just think of it as some form of research?
Well, all right. But after this, we're going to forget we ever had this talk.
My lips will be sealed. Now, what is it about the mansion?
Just, what do you know about it? The general gist. The place's past. What happened to the owners? Anything you can give me.
Let's see. To start off,
I do my best to give her a concise summary from the time the house was commissioned 400 years ago and who had built it, up to the point it got deserted after the last heir's death and the deed was passed on to the Ermengarde's nearest relatives. Frankly, if it weren't for those urban legends persisting, the house would have already faded into obscurity long ago. Demolished even. These are all nothing she possibly hadn't heard of before, yet there's dissatisfaction in her tone once I finish.
That's all there really is to it?
as far as I know, there's this little bit I forgot to mention about Lady Charlotte Ermengarde's death, but most of those are just theories. Aside from that, this is really everything we've been teaching all these years. Should there be anything more?
No mention of any other weird stuff? Other crazy stories? Or a letter of some sort?
Oh shit. My blood runs cold. Any word of comfort the tea I've drank has given me prior has instantly been drained out of me. The phone creaks softly as my light hold on it turns into a firm grip. Oh fuck, right there it is! This whole letter bullshit is starting to turn into more than coincidence.
None that I've heard or read of. What does a letter have to do with this?
Oh, no. It was just something I came across. Ignore it. Random thoughts, you know? By the way, I need to run. Thanks for answering my questions.
Jessica abruptly with only a clipped goodbye, leaving my mind heavy with even more thoughts. The mood around my classroom has gone considerably denser in light of what I've gleaned from the conversation. I don't think Marion is lying about her intent. Her interest is genuine, I give her that, but she's left a lot of things out. I get the sense she only asked because something's happened around her too, and if she hadn't mentioned the letter, I probably wouldn't have made the connection.
Just what the hell did we get ourselves into?
I wanted to start running it, dude, right? Thank you so much for keeping me hydrated. Thank you. Of course, there's still a lot of confusing details in this. All of these are just assumptions. No concrete conclusion to be formed with what we have, and we want to find out what we're really dealing with. I think Marianne's right. There may be something more to those stories, as absurd as it sounds. The very place that gave us the letter might tell us something beyond what we know. Tomorrow night, I have a few hours of that chance at the housewarming party. Oh shit. Really not exciting thought, since the place is privately owned now. I could just wander around, but it's enough reason to keep the dread at bay as I step out of the classroom, ready to put an end to this day. However, all those good vibes disappear into thin air when I run headfirst into Luke. There's really something in this man. Regardless of how much my opinion of his has changed over the span of a few years, simply blasts through every good impression people have of him without care or thought. He doesn't even need to open his mouth. His mere presence does it. In all honesty, I think he's the kind of guy only a mother can love.
You're still here?
Obviously. Who do you think's standing in front of you?
An ass.
Whoa!
Oh, come on, Daisy. You've done better than that. Losing your touch?
Luke, I don't have time for this. I'm heading home, and your face is the last thing I want to see before I leave. What do you want?
Lately, I noticed his hand, partly raised, almost poised for a knock. At a slight lift of an eyebrow, he quickly drops it to his side and turns to Kylie. We're standing a few steps away from him, holding her hands behind her back and towing at something on the floor with the tip of her shoe. When he proceeds to make vague gestures at me and the child, he resembles a fish flapping for air with the way he's moving his arms, though I think he's trying to urge her to speak up.
Munchkin, I thought you wanted to tell her something.
You do it, Tio.
This wasn't my idea, darling.
Don't worry. I won't tell Tia what you told me the other day. And this morning.
What? Luke exhales, rolling his eyes at the ceiling and maybe praying for the universe to grant him more patience. He knows a losing battle when he sees one. He may act worse than a 5-year-old throwing a tantrum at times, but he's no match for an actual child. Nothing better than being served a dose of his own medicine, huh? Once his frustration has been promptly let out, he points a rude finger at me. I do my best to stare the offending digit down, but I can already hear the demand before it's even out of his lips.
You, come with us.
What makes you think I will?
Because little Rugrat here is upset and worried, and it's your bloody fault. I've no idea what happened this morning, but if you don't come with us, I won't be hearing the end of it from her. So do me a favor, Daisy, and just be glad I'm inviting you.
You're asking for a favor, and you can't be bothered to be polite? I don't know. It's been a really busy day for me. I kind of miss my couch.
Daisy, you just say yes.
Also, it's almost too dramatic. Afterwards, his face twitches into something between a grimace and a smile. As it happens, he appears like he's in a lot of physical pain. You think the man is getting an aneurysm by simply being polite.
Please?
He said please.
Tia said it'll be his treat.
What? I said no such thing, Munchkin. I only agreed to this because you requested it. I'm under no obligation to feed her.
I promise I'll be quiet the next time I visit.
Ooh.
Oh, all right, but just one meal and make it the cheapest.
He and Ashton will get along famously on that department. On a different front, the offer of free dinner does sound enticing, however half-heartedly given it is. Mostly because Kylie has wisely put on her puppy eyes, and by the second, I find all my choices slipping away from me.
See, Miss Pink? It'll be fun. You don't have to feel sad anymore, okay?
Oh,
well,
I mobile buzzes from my pocket, cutting me mid-sentence, and for a second I sprayed for the act to give me an answer I'll regret either way. Pushing the gadget, I have a hand at him. I wave a hand at him, sorry, and excuse myself. The scandal expression is on Luke's face before I turn away. That's so sweet, right? I'd be lying if I say it didn't amuse me. He's as eager to be done with this as I am, but what can I do? Thinking a message from Ashton shows up. I'll be around Salem well this evening. Need to meet someone in the area. Might have to drop by yours and Isabel's place after. See ya. Oh, just the usual. Unlike what he does to Zachary, Ashton has the decency to let us know when he's dropping by, or he's in the area for some business. And the way it's phrased, it sounds to be the latter. Either way, I'm glad he's at least aware of that boundary. Not that Isabella's ever going to let him leave the building unscathed. If he ever pulls the same stunt he does with the other man. I can't imagine what she'll do to him. Sorry, I sent the gadget back to my pocket, but looking up to see Luke's utter impatience on his face, I now face a different dilemma. Two of them are still waiting, and knowing the kind of person Luke is already a grand gesture of goodwill coming from him. Not to please his godchild. His denials aside, it's easy to tell he's already fond of Kylie from his actions alone. I hate to ruin that.
Well, Daisy, we're waiting here.
Reach out to Kylie, right? On the other hand, there's Ash. His message doesn't exactly imply he's going to wait or he's expecting me to be there, but there are matters I hope to discuss with him in person, to put it simply. Housewarming party matters. With inviting Isabella out of the question, I only have Zachary and Ashton. Although the former has already made it clear he'll be busy this week, and well, Ashton has been my first choice from the start. Even if he detests attending gatherings like this, it's company that counts. We could be misled together. But that's the problem, is that he hates them, and it's very likely his answer will be a flat no. Rather not hear that. If, by some miracle, he agrees to it, he'll probably be sulking the whole party. Not really a tough choice when you put it like that. Still. I don't want to disappoint Kylie. Hi, Lucy. How you doing tonight? Like, I'm gonna save. Kylie's really sweet. I want to do it for Kylie, honestly. Let's see what that did. Ew, Luke likes me. Ew! Ew! In the end, it's my own fondness for Kylie that wins out. Chances are I only have to endure his presence for an hour or so. If it lasts more than that, I can make up an excuse. Send a call from a friend or things to work on. Girls, right? Doesn't seem so bad when I think of the pros and cons. At best, it'll be a quiet dinner. At worst, it'll be an awkward affair we're both eager to be rid of. I'm leaning more on the latter happening, hoping for the former, of course.
Okay, but only because Kylie asked.
It's lucky that Kylie's a sweetheart, right? Kylie's face instantly lights up. For the third time today, she tackles me into a hug before pulling away and dragging me by the hand towards the building's exit.
That's alright. I'm sure Tio doesn't mind. He let me pick where we're going to eat. Don't worry, it's just close.
Luke follows closely behind, and perhaps some of the desire to keep the dead air away. Can't resist throwing up.
Keep your distance. You better not do anything funny, you hear?
I'm the one who should keep my distance. May I remind you who approached me first and what you did right after?
Oh, I remember it clearly. But perhaps it's you who needs a reminder. You seem to have never learned your lesson. Care we give it another try? Maybe this time it'll stick.
Maybe this time it'll stick.
God, he really is a child. That makes you want to throw up too, right?
You think you're scary? I'll show you what's scary.
Surprise! His tone lacks the usual sardonic note in it, and briefly I pause to stare at him. Quickly shuts his mouth right after and walks ahead of us. All talk and no trousers like the usual, and for the better part of our walk, except for Kylie's excited chatter, we don't speak. Somehow, I have this strange feeling I'm already getting used to this kind of banter with him. I'm not sure if it's good or bad, if it's a good or bad thing. And amidst this newfound friendship, dare I call it that, Ash's message lays forgotten and abandoned in my pocket. All of the places nearest to the school, Kylie picks this one and waiting for food to be... Oh god, I got the achievement dinner date. Kylie picks this one and waiting for food to be served is as awkward as I've imagined it to be. Not that bad sort, though. The pleasant kind. Surprisingly, it looks an okay bloke when he tries. When he tries, oh god. Don't call that right. As long as you're willing to look past the tactless remarks or we're not exchanging acerbic quips? Acerbic? It's clear he's making an effort for this to be as fun as possible for the 6-year-old by being chattier, even going as far as to laugh when Kylie's story calls for it. It's an interesting thing to hear from the man. More than once I catch his freaking cheesed-off expression easing whenever he looks at the girl.
And your friend? Did you make up with her?
Yep. She said she just saw something she didn't like. She didn't accept the jellies, though. She told me to give it to you instead. She knows you like the red ones, too.
Oh! Very well. Hand it to me later. I'll bring some of them home. I think your Tia would love to have some.
A terrible liar. Once Kylie wanders to the nearby bookshelves after having lost interest in the conversation, however, we both revert back to silence. On our own, we have little to talk about, aside from a few questions about the other here and there. At one point, it does veer on local politics and history. He's surprisingly versed with it that he can hold a decent conversation without throwing a jibe. Nothing too personal is ever mentioned so far, though. It's too early for those, and besides, I don't like him enough to speak of every minute detail in my life. I keep it strictly between the science and the casual repartee. This whole thing already looks and feels wrong on so many levels. I'm quite sure he feels the same. So, when another bout of silence hits us and becomes too much, I'm taken to finding something else to occupy myself. Play with my mobile, turning it from hand to hand while we wait for our respective meals. But it'll be a complete lie if I say I'm now waiting for some intervention. Something to pull me out from this place. Someone. I just probably got sailing well by this time, working on whatever business he has there. Maybe if I make up an excuse and leave now, I can still catch him?
Cut that out, it's distracting.
Yeah, still, holding the gadget awkwardly between us, arrested mid-pass by his bored tone. He's been quiet for a long minute now, after complaining about how appalling the tea they're serving here is. By that, he has whined about how uncomfortable his chair is and tasteless the decorations they have here. Previous to that, he has griped about how dull the place is compared to the one he He figures on the upper class side of the city. Sorry for being a bunch of peasants, Your Majesty. Figures he'll lose patience soon, having already grumbled about almost everything his eyes can reach. Just unfortunate he's turned to me now.
Why don't you just look somewhere else?
I can't. If I turn elsewhere, I might end up looking at the bobfuck right behind us.
Bobfuck? Do I even want to ask?
I don't want to hear it. If it's coming out of his mouth, it can only be either rude or offensive. Regardless, he continues.
Everything looks good. But have you seen the face? True horror.
What is wrong with you? You know, I frown about this in practice, but that mouth needs to be washed out with a particularly potent soap.
What is that word that they're saying?
Preferably by your own mum.
A shame she isn't here.
Oh no. For that reason, that puts an end to that talk right away. He returns to watching his godchild, has found a particularly interesting picture book and is now poring over it while I turn back to my mobile. Reread your body of Baywatch, face of Prime Watch. Oh, what? Okay. Still no message. Would it kill him to at least send a message, check if I were home? Meanwhile, Luke's silence lasts all about 10 seconds.
What is it with the damn mobile? Are you on a curfew?
It's got the immature act down pat, I'll give him that. Seriously, how old is this guy? Has he somehow been deprived of affection during childhood?
And what is it to you? I don't think it's any of your business what I do with it.
Thanks, buddy. Ugly face, damn.
It is my business, alright?
Face is kind of insult. That is, like, I've never heard that shit before. What?
1, I'm the one paying here. 2, I'm being forced to eat dinner in a place this stuffed and noisy.
It's like very British. It seems like it.
Lastly, it's been 10 minutes, the food isn't here, and I'm hungry. What you're doing with the mobile is annoying and distracting, when the least you could do is keep things entertaining while I suffer.
That's your problem? Shouldn't you be more worried about how this entire affair looks to other people?
Oh, I didn't realize this was one. You move fast, Daisy. You could have informed me first, you know. Had I known, I would have taken you someplace nicer.
Oh my god. That a kid that take me any right?
Certainly the kind with better food and plenty of good wine.
Why did I ever think this was a good idea? Did it ever occur to you how inappropriate this might look to everyone?
Why should I care? It's only inappropriate if you make it out to be. Relax, I won't do anything to make your boyfriend angry. He doesn't even need to know we dined out. It'll be our dirty little secret.
God, why is he have to say anything like that?
He's not my boyfriend.
First come out with more force than I've intended. By the time I realize my slip-up, his lips are already spread in a sneer. He slowly crawls up my face.
Oh, so there is someone. You're so easy to read.
Ew, right? Really, his eyes search my face. I have no idea what he sees, nor do I care to know. But the next second, he barks out loud, displaying his amusement without reserve to everyone within earshot. In that moment, I know I flipped a switch in him somewhere. And now I flipped the switch in him somewhere, and I've lost my chance to deny his assumptions. Do I even want to? Isn't that the reason why I've been so focused on my mobile, waiting for another message for him? For a reason to dump this awkward mean to go after him?
Look how mottled you are. Now the nickname makes more sense.
Hey, kill you, Rebecca. Sure is my right.
Little crush. The color suits you, by the way. It matches the hair.
It's not a crush.
Classic denial. But in reality, you want him to be yours, and your every move is made to make him notice you. In fact, you don't want him to see you with another man in a non-professional capacity, because he might misinterpret it.
The same thing goes for you, doesn't it? Bloody, yours is even worse. What about your wife? Aren't you concerned she might misinterpret this?
Daisy, just because we tied the knot doesn't mean we have to be joined at the hip at every single opportunity.
Don't be ridiculous. Why else would you marry her if you don't want to be with her for the rest of your lives?
Because, Daisy, she also has other things she can do with her life and friends to spend time with.
That's kind of chill. I catch a fish, always a dinner.
Granted, I don't like some of them, and I have a few of my own she utterly dislikes. But wifey doesn't have to know my every move. Nor do I hers. Do you know how boring that would be? To be with the same person for all hours of the day, losing sleep over the mere fact they're not with you? Or putting everything you have aside to please them? To have your whole world revolve around one person?
Aren't you just mistaking that for something else? Unlike you, there are other people here who don't share the same jaded outlook you have. Don't lump everyone together just because it didn't work out for you.
Damn.
And you, my dear, are unexpectedly naive.
What's so naive about it? If you love each other, wouldn't you want to always see them, be with them, to have them focus solely on you? Maybe you haven't been loved enough.
Oh, it's that kind of thing for you, isn't it? The love is eternal, love is a strong emotion shite. A starry-eyed girl pining for her dashing Prince Charming? What's next? Romantic confessions of love? A grand wedding on the beach? Dozens of spawns running around in some picturesque home in the suburbs? How quaint. Are you also expecting it's going to be sunshine and rainbows after? A happily ever after? Please.
What? I never once said... And is all of that such a bad thing to hope for?
Woman, I've been married for 7 years, and I'm telling you, it's far from what you have in your pretty red head. Tell me, how long has this song and dance been going for you and your man? Maybe I am mistaken.
Freeing my eyes from him is all I managed to do. This is mere 7 years having compared to the 17 I've had with Ash. It's laughable he thinks those two things are even comparable. Ash and I may have never moved past the boundaries of friendship like what I'm hoping for years, but what we have isn't something anyone can scoff at. I've always been by his side, endured everything with him. I know him better than anyone. No matter what this man, this complete stranger says, I know there'll always be a place for me beside him. And yet...
Come on, Daisy, that shouldn't be too hard. 3, 5, 8, 10, 20...
Oh, you count so good, mister. Swords easily seep into my heart like sharp daggers, casually picking apart everything I've ever been sure of. Despite myself, the doubts resurface and my defenses crumble right in front of my eyes. It's no wonder he sees through me, and as expected, he ridicules it. Machine, low and rumbling, a sharp sound striking the air around us amidst the murmur of people and the soft notes of the music playing over our heads. His shoulders shake, and when his mirth becomes too much even for him, he reaches up a hand and passes it over his face, as if to hold his glee close to him.
Lordy bullocks, this is just brilliant. Oh, mother, why do I always keep running into these things? This day couldn't get any better. I think I'm gonna need a stiff drink after this.
He dissolves into another peal of laughter, but when it subsides, what he asks from me are more words, scathing each of them. The urge to run from here has never been stronger.
Is everything you said how you plan to act, if that man of yours ever ends up with you? Cling to him? Put him on a bloody pedestal? Let him become the center of your universe? Although with how long this seems to be going on, I think you've already done so. Marriage will just be icing on the top. Like some sort of reward for you, isn't it? For being a good, patient, loyal little girl all this time. Never looking at another man.
This is getting creepy.
He must have been having a grand time with someone pining over him this long. I'm a little envious, to be honest. Maybe also a little surprised he hasn't suffocated from all your attention yet.
Laugh all about it if you want. It's not like you'll ever understand.
That's never too far from getting creepy, right? Unfortunately, he speaks some truths and I hate it. Luke falls silent. The ridicule in him is gone in an instant, and his eyes meet mine, sharp and imposing. A challenge, but I hold it against him with the same intensity, because if there's something I won't let his opinion trample on, it's this. What does he know? However, he's the first one to look away, focuses his eyes back to where Kylie is. For a moment, I believe I won. Until he draws in a breath and turns back to me. The words he draws next, though hushed, hang heavily in the distance between us.
You're right. I won't. But I do know not to mistake love for obsession, woman. They are not the same thing.
Damn! It rattles. Out of everything you said tonight, this is the one thing that twinges my heart. Maybe it's in the manner he delivers it? The lack of conceit in his posture and underlying insult in the tone he takes? The remark is not meant to cut, merely to express a simple truth. This time, it's him who holds gaze against mine. Another unspoken challenge, and I realize that if this happened minutes before, I'd already have an equally searing retort at the tip of my tongue. There's none. But the anger is there, wringing at my insides, prodding at the uncertainties I've long kept. Isn't it enough? We had the long years we've been together. We had the memories, whenever he needs me, until other people came in between us. I've always been the one there. That dedication and loyalty should mean something, shouldn't it? I've always been sure of it, and that one day, he'll see it for what it is. In spite of that, in this minute, under this man's scrutiny, my own heart wavers. Now I should have to find the words. God damn it, right? Oh man. What right do you have on your answer that, God? I don't know which one actually would like be worse. Maybe like what right do you have? Maybe? Yeah, that cool. How dare he though? How dare he just waltz and act like he can do as he pleases, say what he wants, or trample over other people's feelings? He doesn't know anything about me or Ashton. We only met a few days ago, and yet he acts like we've been acquainted for years. He hasn't even met Ash. How can you say those things about him? The longer I hear his trait is his tirade, the more it sounds like he's pulling it out of his ass, out of some misguided thinking he's better than anyone in this whole bloody city. What a pompous Bahid? Normally I'll ignore people like him. He doesn't deserve a single second of my day, but a small voice at the back of my head protests at the idea of simply leaving things here. I refuse to let this go until I've said my piece and defended myself. Those aren't merely months of harboring feelings for someone he's scoffing at. They're made of years, all of it built upon memories that you've had from childhood.
What right do you have to tell me that?
None whatsoever, Daisy. But did you assume I haven't seen that before? Those longing looks? The face of someone who wants something but has yet to get it? Give me a little credit here, woman. I'm not daft, nor am I blind to your silly little feelings. It's plastered all over your face anyway. I didn't even need to try.
I pause. A pause comes after, while I wait for him to add to that. He doesn't, but briefly a wistful expression spreads across his face, surprisingly gentle, as if remembering an old memory from once upon a time, or something he has constantly seen in the mirror. It's gone in the next second. Then he turns his attention on a box beside him. For the next few minutes, he contents himself with making a mess out of the paper napkins inside, folding them into clean shapes without any clear intent before crumpling them in his hands when he loses inches and dumping them in a small pile in front of him. I'd like to go on for a little while before I interrupt him. I'm not yet done.
And somehow that's reason enough for you.
Not at all. In fact, you didn't even need to stay here and listen to me ramble about it. Go on, walk away, the door's wide open, if you wish to be done with this mindless topic. You certainly won't hear me complaining if we just drop this now. I, for one, am very eager to be done with this stupid nonsense about your man and your...
You don't know me.
He pauses in the middle of folding another paper napkin into an airplane and glances up at me.
I'm quite sure we've already established that, Daisy. But go ahead.
And you know not a single thing about him.
That too is true. Are you going anywhere with this?
We've always been together since we were children. We've been friends for a long time. We know each other better than anyone. Compared to those 7 measly years you're so proud of, we've been with each other for almost a lifetime.
Not quite. Add a few more years, maybe? It does sound romantic when you put it that way, doesn't it? Not many people get to have someone with them that long. That's what you have going for you, isn't it? Cute years playing hide and seek, going to school together, and sharing lunchboxes? Did he also protect you from bullies? I bet my socks he did. Lucky I don't even remember anyone from my old neighborhood. Well, except for that one Nancy who spat his drink in my face years ago. You better pray I don't find him.
So, you're just going to call it that? Despite what I told you, you're just going to call it an obsession?
Isn't it?
What? Of course it isn't! Didn't I already tell you?
Did it ever cross your mind how your man would feel about all this?
You think I've never thought of that? Listen here, you.
Or were you expecting he'll simply feel the same all because of some shared history you have? Because fun fact, Daisy, feelings change and people most definitely also change with time. Whoever that person was 10 or 20 years ago, whatever idea you have of them floating inside your head, they won't be the same now.
What are you trying to get at?
Suppose that man of yours wants something else for himself. What if he never returns your feelings, the way you so desperately want him to? What will you do?
That's not going to...
Are you going to beg? Tell him to choose you instead? Or are you going to lash out at the poor woman or man who happened to catch your man's attention?
My voice falters. His eyes focus on me. The piece of paper he's been folding earlier now left forgotten in the space between us, while he waits for my response. However, I can't give him one. He's already aware of that, and it shows in his face when his lips form a lopsided smirk. How can I when I've had my suspicion all along? When that rears its ugly head every time I simply see the two of them in the same room.
I hit a nerve, didn't I?
Yes, but you're a pariah dude, right?
That's none of your business.
It's true, though. The poor bloke doesn't have any obligation to return your precious feelings, nor can you force him to. That wouldn't be right.
If you're just going to mock me, we might as well sew your bloody mouth shut this instant.
Now, no need to get violent. But come on, 20 years? Gordon, Bennett, if nothing's happening past that mark, you might as well consider your options, woman. Even I wouldn't last that long.
Stop it.
One of these days, I'd like to meet the guy and share a few drinks with him, just to give the poor bloke a break from you. And probably see how dense he really is.
Damn!
I mean, a lovely woman like you chasing after him, and he doesn't give a shite? That's new. It'll be on me, don't worry.
I said stop it! I don't want to hear a word of it anymore!
Sure escapes the flies, I probably push away from our table to stand, looking over him with the most piercing glow I can summon, angered and undeterred by my own ragged breathing and clenched fists. Looking down at him in the same manner he did to me throughout this chat. The only way I could keep my pride intact in front of him and the other people watching a sudden scene unfold. I hate this man. I hate the fact that he can unsettle me like this, turning everything around that I believed in with his mere words alone. What's more awful? It's how easily those can replace the very ideas I hold dear to me. Not because I am easily swayed, but because in each of them I'm aware there's a sliver of truth. Minutes pass in quiet tension. Some of the diners have already lost interest in the commotion and returned to their meals. A waiter says our food soon enough and Kylie makes her way back to our table unaware. What's I said of these interactions between these, right? Take a break from the letter for Luke reading Becca's whole love life like an open book. Actually, though, if I could take a seat, Luke mutters something. The words spoken in the same biting tone he has assumed since earlier. Despite my opinion of the man, I stop to look at him. His eyes are on the food as he speaks, busying himself with cutting a portion of meat on his plate. But what comes out of him only rings true against my ears above the din of the coffee house.
Is that all you are? Just some lovesick woman craving for another's affection? I sincerely hope not. Kylie spoke highly of you.
He spears a piece of his food, pops it into mouth, and that's it. With that, however, he leaves another challenge in the air, another question. One whole day with this man, I still can't figure what his deal is. This time, I don't rise up to it. Doing so means facing a different set of truths I'm not yet ready to face. Bitter truths. Those are for me to ponder on later, not in front of these people or him. His loathsome face and his sneer are the last things I'd ever want to see if that introspection never happens. But for all this, I can't bring myself to think of him as someone wholly despicable. The rest of our meal sits by in silence afterwards. Aside from Kylie's occasional chatter, the whole dinner goes by without another word exchanged between the two of us. Somehow we managed to make it through the whole thing without triggering another tension-riddled conversation. A good thing, perhaps. One, because Kylie's sitting in front of us, and two, I probably won't be able to hold a proper conversation with my mind heavy with thoughts. We depart from the coffee house just as the evening crowd starts to thin out. The same wordless silence fills our short walk back to the school. So when Luke gestures at a nearby flower shop and enters it without waiting for Kylie and I, emerges minutes after carrying a bouquet of daffodils, with the same softening expression back on his face. Unlike the previous ones, he tucked this one away almost as soon as he looked up at us, a moment he's not willing to share. In my confusion, he merely answered with a shrug and continues walking.
For someone important.
Aww. I accept it for what it is, only because he doesn't owe me an explanation. It does leave more questions about him, each one as baffling as the previous one. Those are the last words spoken this evening before we head our own ways. Up until I arrive home, I can't understand him. Here, however, a whole different set of questions await me, and much like everything today, it comes with the littlest of things. A lone note greets me upon reaching my unit's door, its edges fluttered lightly against the faint, warm breeze passing through the small complex. My hand stops short, twisting the knob as I stare at it, but I don't make any moves to take it. As his neat script lines the surface. Remember earlier, you weren't around. Any idea where Scaredy Cat is? Can't contact her. Inspector Abigail has a few questions. LPD stuff, something about her dead co-workers. Anyway, let me know how the two of you have been doing. I'll see you later. Ash. I like the little drawing you put on it. Naturally, he left short and straight to the point, but not without the underlying hint of friendship. He's looking for Isabella, apparently. Something about LPD's investigation of her co-worker's death, but ends its formal tone by checking on me. Us. Any other day, the former part of his message will likely prod at the piercing envy I've been holding, while the latter will probably send my heart aflutter. Little things from him that I want to mean something more. Yet, this time, only guilt fills me and my eyes briefly shift towards Isabella's empty unit. Let the drawing consume you. Hi, Coleman, how you doing tonight? These words appear inside my head as I do
Is that
so.
who you are? Just some lovesick woman craving for another's affection? I sincerely hope not. Kylie spoke highly of you.
When you guys think of things that you've heard, does it get echoey? How come when people think back on things, you know, it's echoey? Is it just actually to note that, you know, it's in your head? Thank you so much for the head. Thank you, Ghetto.
Have I always been like this?
This selfish? In truth, I've been trying to call Ash after that dinner. If I didn't catch him here, invite him to that party I've planned. There's time and he's probably awake around this hour. But my hands won't move, and perhaps it's for the better. Until I've had the time to think this through, it'll be best if I distance myself from those I've been clinging tightly to. You just didn't note it. Never had echoes. Okay, that's fair. I have a different perspective and see things for what they are. With a soft sigh, I reach for the note and crumple it under my hand. The knob twists open with much ease when I enter this time. Maybe after some introspection, it'll be easier. But tomorrow, I have that woman in the mansion to worry about. Okay, I think we will end this here, because my tummy is not feeling the best today, and we will continue this tomorrow. I think we should be able to finish this tomorrow. And then I will probably take a few days off of stream. But yeah, I think it's probably a lot longer than I thought. Fucking right? Like, goddamn. Also, I feel like it's also one of the more like uninteresting parts. Like, no offense, like, well, it feels like soon. Also, thank you for streaming. Thank you so much, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you. Have a good rest of your night, and thank you. The tasty feels great. Thank you so much for the mwah. I think it's a lot more in depth here, right? Oh god, it took so fucking long. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. So we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll finish off this, and then we'll be on a little break, and then we'll probably be back on Monday. Money! I'm so sorry about the end. How you doing, Money? Thank you so much for the 5 gifts. Thank you. Yes, you can't catch me. It's kind of uneventful, right? It's a she, right? Thank you so much for being here, John. Thank you. So I tell you as well. Thanks for Christian. So thank you so much for hanging out, girl. Thank you so much. Where is she? We got to her, but we did. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you, Nick. Thank you so much for those 5 gifts. So sweet. Thank you so much. How are you tonight? Patrick, thanks so much. Patrick, John, guys. This is nice and what's a good adjective here? eventful. Yeah, you did. I hope your day is going well. But we will be off today. See, she's Chris. Thank you so much for hanging out. Sleep well. Thank you. I hope work gets a little less busy, but I'm glad you're doing well. And thank you guys so much again. So we'll be back tomorrow finishing this up. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the night. Sleep well.